Alright, test 1 2, test 1 2. We have microphone, we have camera, and we have pillars in the background. Welcome everyone to another episode of Muckluck Streams. I am your charming, self-proclaimed yet still humble host Muckluck, and I was a little late today because I was trying to get my new co-host to cooperate. And I'm going to let him go in just a second. But to introduce you guys... We're still looking at the name, but my 6-year-old is thinking Chip. So this, I'm sure you can hear it, little motorboat is Chip. Name pending, accessories sold separately, batteries not included. So yes, I gave in. So we will see. Name the cat Bone Zone. I don't know if the rest of my family will allow that. So we will see if Chip will be my co-host for very long. But this is his first day in our house, so he might be... Yes, my wife also gave in. But he might be bolting in a minute and exploring the house. He still hasn't figured out where everything is. But wanted to get him on the camera, at least briefly, so that when White Tiger shows up, I can tell him to look at the replay. That said, welcome back to another episode of Pillars of Eternity 2. This little furball, he's bolting all around me at Mach 2. We left off yesterday after talking with the Queen and the Prince, and we're told to come and speak with the Water Shapers Guild. And we walked in the front door, and everyone's dead. So here we are. So,
already on it.
Need to figure out what's going on here. Her eyes well with tears as constant as rain. Petite is Nagata. Okay. Old news. What game after this? I'm not sure. I would like to do something that's a bit more popular. Just because, although I am loving this game, I kind of was like okay with Pillars of Eternity 1. I loving Pillars of Eternity 2. However, it seems to be so unknown. Like, just as a channel, we've hardly grown at all during our time here.
There is a situation in the guild hall.
Have you seen the god challenges in this game? No, Zoran, I have not. Yes, Hobbit, Anna McG is my wife. She watches the stream sometimes. Everyone's dead, that's how I like it, but usually that's how you know I was there. Sounds like Rockin' has his own Bone Zone beliefs.
What say? Where is Myru?
For what did Nagati send you but to lend your strength?
He nods and claps to Kehu on the shoulder.
All is under control, I say. But the building is closed until Myru cleans up the mess below.
He thumbs over to the blocked stairwell. What about the mess up here?
Ikira, when the dust settles, I will see that our sisters and brothers are honored properly.
But as far as like the next game, we've talked about like another playthrough of Divinity Original Sin 2, but it would be my first time doing Definitive Edition. There's dozens of other games I'm willing to play on air. I would like to do something that would help me grow the channel at the same time. So if you have ideas, my ears are open to them. You should convince him to agree on a place at a yard so we can see Muck like yardware. Oh, Hobbit! You're wanting to see Muck murder. That's what you're wanting to see. The Barris Blessings buffs you by with achievement points in reverse. It's extra hard modes. Each god can inflict a various challenge onto your game. That sounds kind of fun. How do you turn those on, Zoran? Is it a character creation?
Naga swam in from the waterways of our sanctum. We pressed back until they fled underground. Then Myru gathered her forces for a stand at Pariki's tomb. I am to guard the staircase while she routs the last of them. Kira, but Myru is fierce for her years.
Gotcha. Yeah, during the last time we did a vote, the runners-up was Divinity Original Sin 2 and XCOM Revenge of the Fallen. However, I think between the two of those, Divinity would help me with channel growth the most. Other games that have helped me grow the channel are Grim Dawn to a pretty major extent, but I've done like all the Grim Dawn content pretty much. So... as an example, McGrawn's challenge, the game cannot be paused. Game time cannot be slowed. Oh my god, Zoran, that sounds awful. I think I could do it if I really was, if I was not using fast mode and if I really made everyone's AIs really well.
Snakes could not have caused that tremor.
Kira, we felt the quakes even before the serpents showed up.
Why are they attacking the guild?
I do not know. With great purpose, they throw their bodies back to Rikuhu's bowels. I say this is personal. They strike with anger, not conviction.
Why haven't you summoned help from the queen?
We are water shapers. Onikaza knows we can walk over a few snakes.
Definitive, they added a lot more quests, more voice acting. It's more content. They added a few new skills, I think. But it's almost like getting a free expansion and an overhaul of the game.
Myru, though. I say she would not turn down reinforcements.
I hope Myru leaves something for me.
Ha! I say you will have to run fast. She could cut through Naga like a harpoon through blubber. I will remain and dispatch any snakes who slither past you. Good hunting.
This cat is hit and running me. Alright, let's see if there's anything else on this floor before I go down into the basement. It appears not. Okay, I guess we're going to the basement. They added a GM mode to... Oh, yeah. Which, of course, requires someone to play a Game Master, but I am familiar with that. But yeah, I'm trying to think, because there are plenty of other genres I enjoy. I enjoy RTS games. I enjoy MOBA games on occasion. There are some multiplayer games I enjoy, but I am kind of scared to try those on stream without doing like a vote, because I don't want to just suddenly completely shift this type of stream this is after building it up for so long and just lose a bunch of people. Is this far enough? Is he getting solitary? Not seeing him. Oh, shoot. I didn't see how big that thing was.
Not good. Oh, another withers on the vine.
Okay. Crap. She's down fast.
Use something to...
We're gonna have to reload. Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta choke them at the stairs. That's not gonna work. That I did not realize that two of them were triple red skull. This cat can barely jump up to things that are like, you know, a foot off the ground. But earlier it gave me a heart attack because I was holding it and it climbed up on my shoulder. And I was like, okay. And then it leaped onto the ground. I was like, oh god, I thought it was going to like shatter its legs or something. Turned out it was fine. But I was very scared that I was like, we were going to have a medical bill after one freaking day. Not even a day, like an hour.
Too difficult, I said.
Oh, Ogre's got interrupted. Crap! Oh my gosh, there's a lot of nasty magic going on right now. Wait, where? What? Why is my cipher down here?
Better try something else.
I'm guessing her thing to like mind control someone targeted this ooze, and she went all the way down there to mind control that ooze. God, grab air is additional motivation. You need to click that. No, I didn't.
Use something to put a little do that step.
Alright. Alright, this is... I might be able to finish this, but it'd be so much easier if I just do it up at the top of the staircase. Might have to do that thing that some streamers do and get like a second cat cam or something, if this becomes popular. It's hiding on the lower platform right now. Alright.
Ishi, quiet time.
Ready about
Okay.
a problem.
Come back here. And summon. Come on, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Nice, we got ogres.
Can't do it.
Why aren't you all helping?
That was an ugly way.
Okay, now they're helping. Let's see.
Can't get a clean hit.
Okay, circle of protection next.
Nothing to help?
How many of you are?
He's like, he feels a fly valley as a cat. Or you, what did you do to Bug? Fails the... I wasn't late. I got on like right at 9. This is the first day in like a month I haven't been
Can't
early.
get a clean hit.
You're mine!
Let him see that, Ishi.
No, Ishi doesn't see that. Ishi's not in...
That was about as useful as a bump on a pickle. How many of you are there?
Alright, let's do the AoE heal. Where's the ranger at? She's right there. What is hitting her?
Let's go. Quick, toss me something else.
God dang. Alright, let's use Nature's Balm.
I don't think so.
Hey, watch!
How many of you are there?
And Chilling Fog.
No one knows that, right? Fleeting flowers, the most beautiful. Won't work.
Gosh.
Fleeting flowers, the most beautiful. That was about as useful as a bump on a pickle.
Come on. Summon the ogres on... Summon them down there. Should clear most of that stuff out.
No.
Oh my god.
After it.
The problem is this guy here is terrifying, and all of my people with the AI to attack the lowest health target keep running past him to hit other things and getting wrecked.
Let's go.
No, see, here we go. Here we go. Back up. You're dumb.
When you all see this weapon's no good to me. Take this! Oh.
Alright. Let's just try to surround this with ogres and see what happens. Come on, you should be able to shoot them. There we go. Alright, she's gonna take that ooze out in the back, that's fine.
Missed.
Ishi's gonna die. Ishi down.
I got this, Captain.
Better run!
Oh, she landed a mind control on the boss. Okay. Alright, now the boss is the only thing remaining. Cool.
Quick, toss me something else.
Oh, it just abandoned us to the tank. Not good.
Sure.
Oh my god.
We're dropping like flies.
It got the disengage attack on her like 3 times.
Might as well be hitting the water.
She took a lot of damage from the ogres, though.
Hogwash!
Okay. You got the heal, right? Or the resurrection? Yeah, there we go. This will be my first time using this.
See that, Ishi? That was about as useful as a bump on a pickle.
Okay. Finally got it. We're gonna have to rest after that because we got an injury. Coral Naga Bow. That's new.
Captain, a word?
Oh, Maya wants to talk now. Did you enchant Maya's weapon with a knockback yet? No, I have not. I was worried about gold. I'm not sure if I need to save up to get a better boat, because the boats are, like, crazy expensive. Alright, let's see what Maya has to say.
You have my undivided attention, as always.
She strikes a sharp salute, smiling all the while. Hello, Ishiza. Who's a good bird? She hops closer and nuzzles your calves, cooing affectionately.
Try not to let it get to your head, Ishi. Wonderful. He's so much easier to wrangle when his ego's inflated.
You're one of Kana's siblings?
Sure am. And I heard that you two spent some time together. Funny how the gods toss things together. I heard tell that Kana sailed off in search of whatever he didn't find in the Deerwood. They say he lit a fire under the Ranganui to speed up the taming of the dead fire.
She grins at this, planting her hands on her hips with pride.
You clearly had some sway on his opinions, more than I ever did. Wish you had told Kana to give up on the poetry. He's got no ear for it.
I did my best to help him find the meaning he sought.
You kept him alive in any case, while he wandered the lands in search of stories. I do with bullets what Kana did with words. Just in case you were wondering, the comparison ends there.
Alright, let's be off. Not really sure why she said that she wanted to talk. Alright. Rest. And hard attack for her to get rid of that injury. Alright.
Ishi,
Now, I don't know if there's gonna be more fights like that.
on all snakes.
Oh, there's the Guildmaster.
Ready when you want it to meet, hand.
Guildmaster lifts her gaze to meet yours, her eyes struggling to focus. She's been slashed and stabbed numerous times, and her robes are soaked red with blood.
Myru! Oh, gods, look what they've done to you.
Takehu covers his mouth with both hands as he surveys her injuries.
Peace, Takehu. I gave back 10 times what I took. Too many, even for me.
She sputters on a mouthful of blood, but still manages a red-rimmed smile. We have to get you out of here.
Holding myself together. More important matters.
Listen to my song, it heals you. She clutches a wound across her guts and winces.
You are too stubborn to die, old shark.
His voice wavers as a fresh gout of blood seeps between her fingers.
For once, Takehu, just listen.
She raises a steady hand to cover his trembling one.
The rod of the deep. Oh, I've lost it. Taken. You'll need to...
She coughs, spitting up blood. For every word she struggles to voice, her breath gets progressively shallower.
Find the rod. Get through the stone door by the entrance.
I'll find the rod. Stay with me.
Wards. Failing. Hurry, before it escapes.
Oh, I don't like any of these options. What's going to escape?
Pitied Isengati, Lady of Lament, as the pearl orb of the heavens.
She wheezes as she struggles to get the words out. It doesn't sound like she's even addressing you any longer. The Guildmaster's eyes glaze over and she falls silent.
Myru? Myru?
Takehu takes her by the shoulder and shakes, gently at first, then harder. At last he stops, pulling away and bringing his hands up to clutch his brow.
Ngati. She's dead.
We still don't know why this is happening.
Myru told us to seek a rod and a door.
We know where the door is.
A vague plea, I say, but I would honor her last wish.
Alright, let's go.
Akira, the others will see to her once we've cleaned up the last of this mess.
Takehu regards Myru's corpse one last time before turning away. Wait. Oh, we can talk to her ghost.
The wheel. How it tugs at me. Akira. And how bright you look. At least in death, I can complete a thought.
She grimaces down at her swiftly diminishing body.
My rod and the words of Pariki's devotion will open the way to the inner sanctum, past the sealed door. Pitied is Ngati, Lady of Lament, as the pearl orb of the heavens crosses her view.
Oh, that's right, we saw this
her eyes
carved
well
upstairs.
With tears, as constant as rain. But the moon's skyward journey continues apace. The lover's affection as ephemeral as fingers touching.
She opens her eyes again. She nods as her form grows indistinct.
You must strengthen the wards, no matter what it tells you.
What is that supposed to mean? Her mouth moves again, emitting no sound. As she fades from sight, she raises her hand to point toward the entrance of the sanctum. She reaches to touch Takehu's cheek, but of course her hand drifts through his skin. She shivers, touched by a passing breeze. Alright.
Already on. Quick and quiet.
She had a normal rod. I'm guessing that's not the one I was supposed to see. Exceptional scale armor. Let's see what we got here. The statue depicts an Almawa woman, her hand extended and grasping at the air. An eroded plaque sits by her feet. Something about the statue calls out to you, the echo of a fractured soul that tarried in this place for long and thoughtful years. You feel victory tinged by grief and regret. Attempt to read the plaque. The words are much eroded and water damaged, but a few choice snippets of phrases stand out with clarity. Pariki, lore and hunter, crossed in length of and back again, embered for, cunning deal, Laphis, may her rest, guilty soul, freedom? Nothing else about the plaque stands out as remarkable.
This is the tomb of Periki. Such disrepair, I say.
Inspect the lingering soul. Your vision bobs with the motion of the sea. You stand aboard the deck of Swift Winds, where your mates share bemused, self-congratulatory glances as they work. One of them claps your back with approval. Shake off the gesture. You step back and aim a reproachful look at your mate, however friendly his intent. You know there will be time for reprieve when you have squared away in Nekataka. Something cuts through the water to your port side, an enormous shape just beneath the waves. Someone shouts that the winds have turned in your favor at last. This is followed by an enthusiastic cheer among the crew. You don't share their mirth. Eyes to the horizon, I say. You bring home a mighty gift, though it takes an unusual form. One that you pray to Ngati you are able to keep in check. It's like the big shadow beneath the waves. Do they have a pet leviathan? Hold her hand. You grasp her hand with tenderness. At first nothing happens, then a tiny droplet of water forms at the corner of her eye and rolls down her cheek, dripping to the floor. Wipe away the tear. You reach out and draw your thumb across the statue's cheek, wiping away the trail of moisture. For a moment, the stone feels cold to the touch. Okay. So did we loot the rod we needed from one of those lizards? If so, we might just be able to walk over to that the door and open it. Kitty's on the treadmill. Gonna burn some calories. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, can do.
Hitting the water.
Oh my god. I'm not sure how to change this Channer AI, but she's always getting riggedy wrecked.
No, this weapon's no good to me. Nothing to know. Yeah, man.
That one's almost dead. Where are you at? No, 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 don't get into that.
Fighting.
I've got to change something with her AI. She just keeps on charging into stupid stuff.
Can't get a clean hit. There's dignity in death.
Alright, let's do a buff here.
This fight is
This will increase our damage. Oh, I didn't realize the bird's not helping at all.
Not find bees, you pray. Someone's down. Nuh-uh, didn't work.
Okay, we've almost got Zeha dead in the back.
I'll make that.
Yeah, they should be targeting that Stormblight now. On that Naga Archer now. Let's have you kill that totem.
We'll be hitting the water.
Party diminishes.
So she just rezzed her bird. I think it's her spells have fairly low range. That's right, the thing is, I had her spells set to automatically target the target with the lowest willpower, so the highest chance of success. But sometimes that target is in the back, and then she runs in and gets murdered.
This does not work.
You had to res your pet 2 times. Ow, 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 ow.
Sure thing.
Quick, toss me something else.
You see that, Ishi? Didn't work.
I just realized the heal song is not active right now because that person's dead. So that's part of the problem. Alright, let's do this. God, I'm gonna have to rearrange the desk. The cat is behind the monitors and like pawing out from under them. It's helping the enemy team.
Right between the eyes.
Almost got the boss down. Okay, let's try... That's the bird. There's the cipher. Okay.
We'll be hitting the water. Still got it.
Okay. Let's take a look at this. Hang on. Okay. So right now, Shodi keeps running in. Wait, no, this is it's the wrong person. Shodi's not the one dying. Lynn's keeps running in to do Puppet Master on the enemy with the lowest will. That is primarily what's getting her wrecked. And she also has blunderbusses, which are short range, so I might have to change her attack to do nearest instead of lowest health, because that also makes her run forward. Puppet Master and attack are making her run forward. So for now, let's just do... Where's nearest target? Nearest target. And let's add... I swear cats are liquid. This thing just oozed out from under the monitor. Hey, what's up, dude? Alright, is there a target's health of target is... Wait, no, I want it to be above 75. What? What? Oh, this is dumb. I want health of target above 75. Why are all these like this? Okay, okay, fine. Health of target below 75, not. I don't want you mind controlling something. Actually, let's make it 50. So health of target is not below 50. So if something's above half health, then get them. Alright, let's see if that helps her survivability. We have retrieved the rod. Tunnel descends, just how far the mountain go. Okay, so they came in through that tunnel, probably. So let's rest again. I could, I don't mind her stepping forward to cast as long as she's stepping toward the nearest target, which is what I just set up. So we will see how that behaves.
Consider it.
Okay, super spooky door. As you approach the door, the carved stone flashes with ethereal light. You feel a faint, salty breeze gusting from an unseen source. Touch the door with the rod of the Deep Hunter. Punch the door. The door reacts at once. A stone panel shifts inside to reveal a circular dial engraved with symbols. This would appear to be a locking mechanism requiring a precise combination. Study the symbols. Brushing aside a layer of dust reveals a circular dial of pictographs. Though you could not recognize their relevance or relation to each other, you recognize the symbols themselves. First is a full moon, its light beaming down on Aora. Next is the Hawana symbol of Andra, classically depicted with the head of an anglerfish. Third is a pair of hands reaching out for each other, the fingertips barely making contact. And the last is rain, falling powerfully and inexorably. Read it? Ngati would not have gifted her chosen people a watery covenant unless they persisted in serving it. Only the sigil of the covenant and the words of my devotion will open the way. Okay, so she told us the words earlier before she died. So let's take a look at the quest log and see if it recorded those words. Yeah, it did. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to take a screenshot of this, and I'm going to put it on my other screen here. Okay, and now that I've got that over there, I'm going to mess with the door again. Alright, begin to manipulate the dial. Alright, as the Pearl of the Heavens crosses her view, so that's the first thing. Her eyes well with tears as constant as rain. So, clockwise would be clouds. Oh shoot, hold on. We gotta punch it in with the pearl. Okay, press the dial. Okay, now clockwise. Now press the dial. Alright. But the moon's skyward journey continues apace. Oh, we already did moon. Shoot, I think I messed it up. Alright, hold on. Alright.
Consider it.
Pity is Nagati. Alright. I did it the wrong way. Whatever. Alright, so here's Nagati. Press the dial. Okay. Her eyes will with tears as constant as rain. So let's go to the rain puzzle. Punch it in. You hear a clatter of tumblers resetting behind the door, and the engravings rotate back to the moon symbol. Doesn't seem like you're unlocking things in the correct order. Okay, so we're back to reset. Alright, hold on. Let's try the fish again. Okay, so fish is correct. And... oh, hello. So the next thing is not... okay, as Pearl Orb of Heavens... Alright, the moon. Okay, that's correct. Then rain. Dude, I can't see the screen. I can't see the screen. Oh my goodness. He's chasing the mouse pointer. I'll make you an internet superstar sensation, but I need you to be patient. Okay, the eyes will tears as constant as rain. Press the dial. Okay, that's correct. That's correct. But the moon's skyward journey continues apace. So moon again. Okay. The lover's affection as ephemeral as fingers touching. Alright, so that's obviously the two hands. You hear clattering and whirring as the dial recedes into the door. There's a low rumble as the doorway opens inward, revealing a dark, narrow tunnel beyond. You're kind of close to the mic. I wonder if they can hear the earthquake you're making right now. The air beyond the passage is humid, reeking of stagnant water and something else. Something old, which raises the hairs on the back of your neck. As you take your first step, an ear-splitting roar rises in volume and echoes down the passage, shaking loose the surrounding rock. Go through anyway. So if there's like a kraken in here or something, it seems like we let it out, not the Naga. You navigate the dark, narrow tunnel, pressing your shoulders together to fit the passage. Oh no! Unsubscribe! No! Oh my god. Do you have an arcane ranged person? We've got a druid who's ranged, not like a wizard. As the massive upheaval of water settles, the air thickens with oppressive humidity. It takes a moment for your eyes to adjust before you can make sense of the shape that's breached from the depths.
Ishi, down. This is no time to pick a fight. Of course I know you can take him.
Holy gone, but it's beautiful.
Arcana.
And I'll bet smart as a
Yes,
whip
I think I have
and
someone with
just as
Arcana.
mean.
Be aware the red cat we had a talent for wrecking PCs. He once jumped from the stairs on the keyboard, and the PC started overheating the entire drive, so it just broke. We had to get a new one. Well, there's no stairs in here. Okay.
Have you come to deliver me from this prison of my own making?
Dragon! Let me get my bearings first. Who are you?
I am Skirilophus, Guardian of the Isles.
He slaps his tail against the floor.
What is this? One of Andra's whelps?
Found a sweet arbalist that gives plus accuracy that scales with Arcana. Ooh.
Hello.
It's Gehu Swallows. I take it you're the one causing the whole city to shake. You know what, let's do an introduction. I'm Muckluck, Captain of the Defiant.
I would see this vessel of yours someday, but we will return.
We have an open job
to
for a
that.
deckhand. Want to be a deckhand?
You can only be here for one reason. You serve the Huana. This prison is built on a foundation of their lies.
What are you talking about?
You stand in the sanctum of the Water Shapers. Those who make parlor tricks of Ngati's art. An art in decline. The Huana Covenant has failed. With each grain of sand surrendered to outsiders, Ngati draws her favor away from her chosen people.
Takehu, is this true? He stares up at the dragon, oblivious to you, until he blinks and returns to the moment.
I only know an interpretation of Ngati's covenant, but Akira, it is possible.
He nods slowly.
The guild hides how their acolytes struggle. Their ancestral forms no longer respond as they once did.
White Tiger?
Soon, there will be no Water Shapers to remember them.
Just for you, buddy. Take it in quick. We don't want the camera pointed at my crotch for the whole stream. White one meet the red one. The guild hides how they're acting. Okay.
I like what I'm hearing so far.
Smiling to herself, Maya folds her arms.
Daughter of the West, what I intend for the Huana is nothing to what I will inflict upon your fleet.
Ooh, the dragon huffs a breath of steamy air. Maya only narrows her eyes and shifts her weight. So when we got there, now it's super young, but they were calling it Piper, and then we're like, oh, it's a girl. They're like, no, it's a boy, and we're like, you named it Piper? So we were talking to my son about a new name, and right now I think it's going to be Chip. So this is Chip, I guess. Barring us suddenly having a change of heart tomorrow.
their mighty talent went into decline, I gave the Huana the strength to raise the very sea against our enemies. For my generosity, they bound me to this chamber.
Wait, when they use water shaping, they're channeling this dragon?
This cannot be true, I say.
What? I said ginger snap when I made that comment. You're very confused.
The half-breed's naivete is charming. I see why you suffer his company.
That's pretty savage.
And now the Deadfire dies in my absence. The
Oh,
luminous
okay.
Ultra shrieks in agony, calling out for a guardian.
So hold on. You're the reason water shapers are so powerful?
The Huana of ages past could have shaped the very Deadfire to their liking. Now their backs have turned against Ngati's covenant. Their art is an echo of its former glory.
Raising a shaking hand to his mouth, Takehu blinks up at the dragon.
By Ngati, he speaks true.
Your disgrace, so pure and concentrated.
Do the other water shapers know nothing about this?
Clever Pariki twisted the forms of her art. Rather than give obeisance to Ngati, they draw from the wards of this prison.
Yes, keeping claws, and I think it's already fixed. I have to check the paperwork. They had a system that we took a part of where you can foster the cat for 2 weeks, and then if for some reason it's very disagreeable with your household, you can take it back and try a different one. And then if you're happy with the cat, you can upgrade from fostering to full adoption. And right now we're fostering to adopt. We're renting to own.
None but the masters of the guild ever knew this.
Dude, let me mute the game for just a second. Can you hear this, Tiger? This thing's a little motorboat.
Mother, Ngati never told me this, I say.
The goddess sent her insufferable tests. She never raised a fin to deliver me from this prison.
Read the dragon's soul. Your soul is stuck here? Let me take a look.
You are a watcher. Of all the kith who could have entered this chamber, how intriguing.
Submerging in the dragon's soul feels at first disorienting, like pursuing the stacks of a vast library. The energy and vibrancy that should color his soul is gray and worn. From the shadows, a dark, wormless thing reaches out to you in desperation. The wards around the stone floor drag the essence down and disperse its energy elsewhere to the Water Shaper students of Nekataka. As it touches you, the weight of the prison is like an anchor. You withdraw from the sensation, feeling shaky and depleted. I've looked into your soul, it's true.
Believe what you will. My duty to the archipelago is all that matters.
No. The thing that you think looks like a blankie is the balled up booby shirt. I was trying to slap some comfort there to entice it to hang out up there, but honestly the house is so new, it's been just like running all over the place. And I don't really blame it. It hid behind the fridge for a few hours after we got home, and I had to move the fridge to get it out, and then I showed it around the house, and then it didn't try to go back behind the fridge, because it was like, oh, there's a lot of cool stuff here. I was like, yeah, we just bought a lot of cool stuff for you.
So is mine. And it involves aiming a cannon between your eyes.
Would you give me Tangaloa's kiss? I might welcome it. Freedom comes like the tide, and the Deadfire heeds my call. I sense a rod among your belongings.
Skyorielephus is... am I saying that right? Skagorielephus narrows his eyes and watches you carefully.
My gift to Periki. My covenant with the Huana. Another broken promise. It made the enchantments of this prison and can destroy them. It can set me free.
The dragon lashes its tail in eager, repetitive circles.
We have a responsibility, I say.
Trailing off, Takehu pulls absently on one of his hairs. Maya smirks and folds her arms.
But if he speaks truth, the Huana are better served if he remains.
Your opinion is irrelevant.
All of a sudden, no stabbing emotes. We now know a way to control Tiger's reactions. One Kitten at a time. Oh, man. What happens to your captors if I do as you ask?
The Huana have chartered their doom. I will not mourn their passing.
Whoa!
Neither will I speed it along while they stand against the foreign tide.
That's a pity. I was about to suggest we make a deal.
My concerns are greater than your petty squabbles over land.
Oh, man. Yes? Can I help you? Like, I would like to let this dragon go. I just don't want it to murder the city. Onikaza would have me killed if I set you free. There has to be another way.
Is your loyalty to a queen of lies so steadfast? She may not know of me, but she is complicit in this crime all the same. You owe her nothing.
Alright, let's get you out of here. I feel like the game is trying to steer me to fight this dragon, but it's been a prisoner in here and people have been just draining its power for their own uses for a long time. Like, I feel bad for him. Either the light in the room has shifted, or hope has brightened the dragon's eyes.
Do it then. Enough of my time has gone to waste in this cell. I long for the sea and the sky.
We bought one of those long sticks that has like a bell and a bunch of feathers on the end of it. We've been playing with that today. Alright, what are we supposed to do here? Raised wardstone stands out from the watery floor of the dragon's prison. The runes engraved along its surface glow with pale light. Inspect. Enchantments coursing through the stonework keep the dragon tethered to this spot and siphon energy from his soul. The spells of imprisonment look more recent. The siphoning enchantment merely sips at the dragon's essence and disperses it elsewhere. You think it could be used to store the essence, enough to last decades or longer if used responsibly. You can tell nothing else about the enchantments. The ward flashes, causing the Rod of the Deep Hunter to tremble in your pack, as if the two share an arcane affinity for each other. Oh. And you live in a condo or something? No, we live in a house. We just got one in a with an HOA, so the neighborhood does the yard work. But we have a house. If I get popular enough that people care, I'll do a tour of the house on camera. Alright, I'm going to try to siphon enough of the dragon's essence to empower the guild, then break the imprisoning ward with metaphysics. The enchantment slips through your fingers in spite of its advanced age and depleted state. Clearly someone built this prison to resist potential meddling. Alright, disable the enchantments. The runes crackle as their power dissipates. In seconds, the light is extinguished, and the shapes of each arcane sigil lose definition until they fade into total obscurity.
I can feel the weight of this pit diminishing around me. Do not stop now.
Patience, I'm getting to it.
The next ward. Make haste.
Not a problem.
What is this buff? Plus 20 to all defenses against water attacks and immunity to dragon breath attacks. Oh. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Pre-dragon. We got caps lock on. Alright. Alright, let's see what happens. Sayorielephus blinks down at you and rolls his shoulders as if for the first time.
The burden of this prison is lifted. I will return to the beloved Atra.
Will you consider showing mercy against those who have wronged you?
Mercy. Only for those who showed mercy to me. The rest...
He splits his jaws into lethal grin.
Should your hopes darken on the high seas, you will feel a welcome chill as my shadow passes over your deck.
Oh, is he gonna help me in a ship battle? Roaring with triumph, Sayorielephus aims his body at the rocky ceiling and takes off. Like, he just smashed through the rock? Sayorielephus, I think I finally got his name, guys. Sayorielephus beats his wings, lifting his massive form above the ground of his watery prison. He stretches open his jaws and roars, the ensuing blast blowing out the top of his prison, exposing it to the sky above. For the first time in untold years, natural light floods the interior of his chamber. He snaps his wings a second time, flying through the exit with wild abandon, tilting at reckless, unpracticed angles as he builds incredible speed. When he emerges, shrieks of horror and dismay grow in volume. Moments later, as he passes out of view, you hear an explosion of splintered wood, upheaved water, and incredible devastation on the southwestern corner of the island. Is he attacking, like, Queen's Birth? Well, guys, I think the Queen will be very happy with how I handled this. Huh, I almost didn't see these things.
Leave it to me.
Okay.
Captain, a word.
What's on your mind?
When I joined the guild, I was a fish in a dream.
Takehu looks at the ground between his feet.
Water Shapers were the keepers of our oldest covenant, protectors of history. Heroes, I say. Now I see the guild only for what it has become. A perversion of the oldest Juana art.
He does, rockin'. It is +5 to distraction. Myru lied to you and to everyone. You owe the guild nothing.
Nothing? Would I still be Takehu without the gifts and encouragement this place lavished upon me?
He looks from the floor to the ceiling, his frown a constant fixture.
I do not want to tarry in this house of regret a moment longer. My thoughts will be clearer in time. You are kind to listen, I say.
Let's be off. Also gives a bonus to cuteness, but lacks a bit of sassiness. How's a cat? How is an RL cat gonna be sassy? Daijobu. Alright. Hey, Kitten.
Kaza will want your report, I say.
Okay, so we gotta go talk to the Queen.
We could not keep a dragon forever.
Whoa, did you hear that water shaper? He's like, I should have known we couldn't keep a dragon forever. But in the lore a second ago, it made it sound like all the water shapers didn't know about it. Is it bath time, Chip? First bath in the new house? Alright. Let's head over to the Queen and tell her we let loose a dragon and drained the power from all of her water shapers. Kahanga Palace rooftop. You never met three-colored ones, did you? Those are mostly sassy bitches. I guess not, Rockin'. If you want to teach them about getting an aquarium and little mouse to teach them how yummy they are. White Tiger, when I first read that, in my head, I was imagining an aquarium full of mice, and I was like, what? And then Processing completed a second later. Alright, Queen Onekaza
What
II.
madness has its clutches around Pariki's overlook? The mountain shakes, bellows of anguish echo over the wind, and a shadow rose from the streets to cover Queen's Birth on its way to the sea. Now the traders look to me for answers I do not have.
She pounds her armrest with her fist.
Nothing but panic and contradiction make their way to my ears. Tell me, what happened?
The guild has an infestation in the basement. Naga invaded the guild to rescue an ancient sea dragon.
You do not jest.
The queen blinks and slowly rises to sit straight in her throne.
About many things, Highness. Not this, I say.
He folds his arms and closes his eyes. Something about the gesture causes Onekaza to hold her attention on him.
For what did the guild endanger my city with this creature? I will hear Myru's report.
Pariki captured the dragon long ago and built the guild around his prison.
Pariki was a whaler before she took up Nagati's art. I say her largest trophy was a secret, well kept. Kahanga legends tell us that our ancestors made compacts with the creatures of the Deadfire.
Onekaza cuts herself off and snaps her fingers to an attendant.
Send for Ranga Hauhua of the Wapua tribe. If she could soften the hearts of my cats, I say dragons are not beyond her.
As her attendants make for the exit, Onekaza leans back in her throne and considers.
Ikera, but I cannot believe... Highness, would you trap another of Ngati's ancient pets?
I would go any distance to protect my people. Can Nagati's chosen say the same?
What are you doing?
Speak on, Watcher.
Okay,
as
that's
surely
fine,
as a
that's
tide
fine.
swelling over the shore, I feel you are not finished.
The forms of water shaping are fabrications made to tap into the dragon's prison.
Then Pariki's students had an advantage in their lessons, I say. And Myru's after her. All at the cost of this beast's freedom.
She raises her brow.
If water shaping is not as our ancestors taught it, we cannot reckon how much of the original form we have lost.
A sinking feeling accompanies her thoughts, as if Onekaza feels a vast well of uncertainty opening beneath her. Oh, that's true. If these people have been water shaping by tapping into a dragon for the past 2 generations, they've forgotten how to do it their way on their own.
What became of the dragon, Watcher? If the power of this beast strengthened our guild.
I set him free. Nothing in Onekaza's outward bearing changes, but the silence of the rooftop garden feels especially oppressive. Then you notice the scratching sound of her nails in the armrest of her chair, and her tigers glance up at you with sudden attentiveness.
No, I say. Nagati close her teeth around your boat and Wodika scrawl your name in her log of disgrace.
What the guild did was wrong. I said it right.
If my apprentices struggle to learn Nagati's art, then we have no hope of replenishing the ranks. And I do not have the luxury of patience.
Wow, Rockin', I just read everything you said. That's crazy.
I cannot keep Rawatai in check if they do not recognize our strength. The guild can outlast this, but our enemies will test us beyond what we can endure.
Oh, diplomacy. You can't afford to lose friends, Onekaza.
You think I do not know this?
Her lips peel back in a grimace.
An ally of the crown would do anything to preserve our way of life, to see that the Huana prosper, I say.
Oh my gosh, look at this option. I guess it's time to see if your rivals have work. Alright. I didn't set out to damage the Huana cause, Highness. No, because she'll be like, well, you did. You should have thought about it. Where do we go from here?
Even in desperate times, this falls beneath the expectations of the Kahanga crown. You may see
No,
yourself.
do not jump
expel
up there.
you from all service to the Kahanga. When Tangaloa widens his jaws to accept you, no one in Serpent's crown will mark the day, even in sand.
The courtiers all turn their gaze from you at once. The rooftop garden falls silent. Wait, what? I expel you from all service to the Kahanga when Tangaloa widens his jaws to accept you. Lady, you're cruising for a bruising. Alright. Let's talk to Takehu about this. Shaking his head, Takehu feels uncertain of where to place his focus. He draws and expels heavy, whistling breaths through his nose. Do you want to talk?
To my tribe, the Water Shapers were keepers of the past, our connection to the ancestors.
Dude, I can't see... No. He keeps getting right in front of the monitor, looking up, and then coiling up to jump, like he's gonna land on the top of the monitor. It's a flat screen, there's not much up there.
How the guild heaped praise on Ngati's chosen. How they congratulated themselves for acquiring me, I say. My cake, the guild teaches a likeness of Ngati's art. For shame. But they posture before outsiders like masters of old. To inspire the world with Ngati's gift. This is my calling.
The guild doesn't deserve you, Takehu.
None of this changes how I feel when I practice the forms. Like swimming over an ocean trench, I say.
I don't know if he's comfortable with this. He is not comfortable with that, White Tiger.
But Pariki twisted my art into a perversion.
Ow! You're gonna have to trim your clothes, Psycho.
Echo of what it should be.
There's my first scratch.
The guild must change for the Hawana to grow. I say that is Ngati's message delivered through her son's mouth.
What do you plan on doing about it?
I will bring a change not seen since the days of our ancestors. Our legends speak of the covenant with Ngati, one that defined the tribes for generations.
By the way, White Tiger was a chip on your shoulder. Was that pun intentional or just like a nice bonus?
The ancestors gave her unwavering devotion, and she gave them a gift.
Takehu sighs and lazily scoops a palmful of water droplets from the air. They form a rough approximation of an anglerfish.
Losing Ukaizo severed our connection to the gods. Over time, their gifts diminished.
The anglerfish turns belly up and puffs into vapor. What if I put you here, and then we do this? Not interested.
The tribes have never needed Ukaizo more. With Ngati's blessing, I would bring Ukaizo to them.
I have an aunt, and she's got cats, and they love to be, like, buried in clothes. Like, you throw laundry on them, they love it. What would you expect to find on Ukaizo?
The bleached bones of the past? Lewd sculptures? No one knows what the Hawana left behind. And there is little enough for us to guess by.
Alright. So you're committed to finding the island?
Kara, but sometimes I wonder if we lost the Covenant for a reason. And if Ngati's chosen should choose his own path. Whatever we find, what better crew than friends to find lost Ukaizo on treacherous seas? Akira?
Sounds fun. Akira. Right, Ishi?
Did you hear that? We're friends, him and I.
She flushes prettily, a happy smile tugging at her lips.
Captain, you have let the handsome fish do all the talking. I needed this. Thank you.
No problem, Takehu.
Akira, let us be off.
The world around you darkens. Oh, fish god mom is calling me again. Once again, you feel an insistent tug for your attention, the pull from Takehu's soul. Surrender to the sensation.
My handsome fish is intimidated by his own potential. How upsetting for him.
The air around you feels thick with moisture. Andra leans forward in her throne.
See the anxiety that takes shelter behind his confident smile? He has worn that since he was old enough to swim.
It's a crawl.
I could always plant the Covenant in his dreams, but that would spoil the fun of Ukaizo. My final test for Juana. Help him to rise up from crawling. Help him to stand and walk as a man, as a god.
Her presence draws away and watery fingers lightly brush the nape of your neck.
Still with us, Captain? I had no desire to bore you with my inane chatter.
Let's be off. No, don't look on the keyboard and don't use the microphone as a scratching post. Alright. So, That's fine.
If you interfere with my plans, there will be nowhere safe.
I'm honestly wondering if I... Nah, man. It is tempting to get my murder on up here. I'll tell you guys what. Let's head down. So... Okay. Let's go out to Serpent's Crown. Gotta give him a little boop on the snoot when he messes with your snuff. Okay, what is the next main objective here? He waits in fire. I cannot anticipate what damage my choice might cause. Okay, so this is waiting, I guess. Journey to Harbinger's Wrath. Terms of trade. Investigate the situation at Poco Kohara. Bounty. Oh, return to Ainea outside of the Violent Trading Company at Queen's Birth. Cool. Let's go do that. Assuming Queen's Birth wasn't just burned to the ground. Or watered to the ground? Hey, alright, let's try this. Boop, boop on the snoot. Let's have you not go over there. Just go outside of Queen's Birth. 3 hours to walk down the mountain. That's how big this mountain is. How's your low, deep growl?
I can do a pretty decent Venom impression if I need to.
But it's limited to like 30 seconds before I start coughing very, very hard. Did you guys see the Venom movie? I really enjoyed the Venom movie. It felt really short, it kind of simple, but they did a good job. Sometimes growling at Kittas makes them rethink their current life choices. I never do that.
My little privateer, you have news for me?
I dealt with Biakara.
Perfecto. A fitting test of your skills and a promising beginning for us both.
Right, wasn't it?
It goes without saying that I have more work for you if you have the
cover
space
when you
for
sneeze.
More coin.
Good lord. Is that saying... What bounties do you have available?
The company is always eager to hunt pirates. My contacts have one by the name of Veen in their spyglass. Veen is a Vithrak, if such things matter to you. Gets in your head, they say.
I'll take the bounty.
Gelarde. You can catch up to Veen as he sails the Dow reckless far east of Nekataka, past the Kuaurikuhu Islands, no doubt thinking himself beyond our reach.
Cool. Alright, that was a chunk of XP. What's next? Investigate Poco. Kill Veen, take a ship. Wait for the Animancers to finish recalibrating their machinery. We're still waiting on that. Dim Prospects. Disrupt Luminous... okay, that's 2 quests at Poco Kohara. Hunt down... No! He walked across the keyboard. Where were we? Hunt down a Scylla Wave Skipper. A Principe captain in command of the Voyager River Dragon. There's a bounty to claim in exchange for evidence of the captain's death. A 3rd quest for Poco Kohara. Inform Enoe about the deal. Where was Enoe? An elder in the gullet. Okay, we're near there. Let's go do that. Let's go talk to Enoe in the gullet. Yeah, White Tiger, the scene where all of the cops had, what was his name? Eddie Brock pinned down. And they were like, When they're like, mask! The captain's like, mask! And one of them goes, copy! And they all put on their masks. And then he goes, mask! And Venom goes, copy! And then covers him. I laughed so hard at that. You're wandering through the streets when a man approaches you, cutting through the crowd. You've never seen him, but the look in his eyes suggests that he recognizes you. You're Watcher? Let me through. A meadow folk man emerges from the crowd, red-faced and wild-haired. He pays no mind to the irritated pedestrians glowering at him, his bright eyes fixed on you. You're looking fervent as always, Latharn. Shodi juts her chin in brusque greeting. In response, the missionary puffs out of breath. Suppose that was a compliment coming from you. Indeed, I strive to follow the light and godliness. Of course it was. I mean, why wouldn't it be? Shodi's words speak to innocence, but her grin is too rough and too wolfish. Then allow me to return the gesture. I say you seem darker than usual, Harvester. It shrouds you all that death and heresy. Reckon I'll hold my tongue from now on, Shodi immediately bristles. Ignoring the hard scowl, Latharn resettles his gaze on you. You're the one who saw the miracle when Aothas rose at Caed Nua. Awe and conviction quiver in his voice. His rising was a tragedy. Every other man, woman, and child at that keep died. But surely to be reborn in glory, don't you think? Ooh, I'm gonna punch you in the snout. He grimaces, not entirely certain of his answer. Our people talk highly of you. It's no wonder Aothas chose you to witness his return. That's why I'm hoping you can help. The tiniest flicker of doubt dances across his face. He banishes it with a deep breath and launches into his tale. I've been having strange dreams, a wheel that spins and spins, an orchard of quaky trees, each grown from the fallen fruit of the last. He scratches at his whiskered chin. That sounds like Bareth. Then he speaks, then the spokes of the wheel break apart, the trees stop growing, fruit falls and rots until the ground is covered with festering, stinking pulp. Someone's been snacking before bedtime. Why are you telling me? He takes a deep breath. In these dreams, I also see you at the center of the wheel in the middle of the orchard. You were there when Aothas rose. You seem to follow every place he's been. He works his mouth into a fretful pout as he gets to the crux of his concerns. Aothas has always meant rebirth and redemption. But so much death follows in his wake, both in the Saints' War and now here again. His wide eyes are full of questions. He's caused a lot of suffering. He makes a face as though he's working at something stuck in his teeth. My people followed Aothas to war once. I wonder sometimes if we failed him when we lost, or if we did that the moment we laid hand to blade. Please, you've seen more than anyone. You've got to have some idea of what this all means and how he makes sense of it. Even gods must answer for their crimes. Aothas is no exception. I suppose if they made the rules, they ought to abide by them. Irked, Shodi runs her tongue over her tea. Ooh, she's mad. Latharn nods, letting this sink in. I won't keep you, but you've given me a lot to think about, thank you. He turns away and allows himself to melt into the crowd. Alright, where was I going? I was going to the gullet. Alright, so let's go turn in this quest to Inoi now. You a lap warmer now? Anyone just tuning in thinks I'm just talking to my crotch? Alright. The Dawnstars will share their crops and the Queen will allocate the majority for the gullet. The old man's eyes glisten.
I heard of missionaries distributing food throughout the gullet, though I did not think it could be true. Not in this lifetime could I have hoped for more. To have garnered our queen's generosity.
Yeah, she kind of hates me now.
Never can I thank you enough, Watcher who has the ear of both Kith and gods. Always the Raparu will know.
Oh, I'm sorry. You guys asked, someone in chat asked me earlier, I think it might have been Rockin', about me getting my headset fixed. What had happened, it turned out, there's a volume knob over here that I never use. And at some point, I think my shoulder bumped it, and it spun, and it turned it down to 0. So when I couldn't hear anything late last night, that was it. Once I realized that, I just had to turn it back up, and it was fine. But it took me a few minutes to figure that out, because it's one of those, things that I'd never ever use.
Should you need refuge within Nekadaka, know that the Riparu will stand by your side.
Take care, old man.
May Amira's winds ever fill your sails, boy. We will not forget what you have done
Correct.
for us.
And you know what, Rockin'? I'm glad that's all it was, because I learned about a new setting, and I don't have to purchase any new parts. I'm fine with being like, oh, I messed that up. Okay. 5,400 XP for that quest. Good thing we got the queen to help us with this before we trashed her city with a dragon. Alright, so that's done. Dear's friend. Deliver a missive to Tikawara. Observatory, travel to Burkarna's observatory northeast of Nekataka. Bounty northwest of Nekataka. Southwest of Sangha. Okay, so I don't have any more things to do in Nekataka right now. So over here to the exit. And leave city by sea. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Cancel! Cancel! How do I cancel? I can't cancel. Zero learning for your fails, everything is fine. There's nothing wrong with you failing from time to time. I agree. What? Tim Allen's career has resubscribed tier 1 for 4 months. Tim Allen, thank you. Thank you. Great moves, keep it up. I appreciate it. You have a very rememberable... Rememberable? That's a word now. I'm going with it. You have a very rememberable name. Appreciate you showing continued support for the stream. Thank you very much. Injured crew 3. Okay, they're already in the healing spots. That's fine. We had something over at Tikawara. Storm? Oh, okay. Well, let's avoid that. Deadlight, Steel Preacher. Alright, I guess let's head to Tikawara. And see what we pass. Let's turn on the follow cam. No. Okay, I guess it's not gonna... Maybe I had to have that turned on beforehand. Oh! Let's pause here. Let's see what's up here. Tangaloa's Maw. I was watching a stream play X4 today. Apparently, like every other game, this half of the year it's full of bugs before you go into it. Oh, man. Even though I wasn't that interested in that game, I'm really sad to hear that. Streamer said that's enough of this game until it cooks more, and a viewer said maybe you're too stupid for this game. Streamer said maybe, and banned him. Dude, I don't know. I don't know how I would react to that. I would try to play it off. I've had a few people try to troll me, and I usually just gave it, just shot that kind of behavior right back at them, and they weren't able to respond, and they gave up. I've so far never had to ban anybody or anything. The fetid vegetal smell of decay alerts you to the swamp before you stumble upon it. It extends far into the distance, overgrown with ancient trees and vines. Solid patches of ground are few and far between. Crossing the morass will likely demand many miles of arduous travel. Forge ahead! Great success. With patience and some careful maneuvering, you manage to keep yourself and the others out of the stinking morass and on dry ground. You come upon a particularly boggy stretch surrounded by dense trees and not a single patch of dry ground in sight. With no way forward but through, you forge ahead into the bog. 5 hours pass. You're startled by a chorus of moaning voices. You spin around searching for the source, but the moans seem to come from every direction at once. There's orgies everywhere. Through the trees, you spot a narrow deer trail. You may be able to get free of the bog that way, but there's no telling where it leads. Survival check. Head for the path. You. With some quick thinking and good guide sense, Maya leads you safely to the path. You pause to catch your breath before forging on, but don't have long to rest. The moaning grows louder and closer, you're surrounded. Okay, so maybe we have better ground at the start of this fight. I specifically remember White Tiger. There was one day where this guy, I say guy, I don't know, this person pops in chat and they're like, "I love you, Muck," and to quote the movie Overlord, I went, "And I love you, random citizen." And then they go, "Can I suck it?" And I was just like, "Respectfully decline, random citizen." Anyway, and I just kept going. And they went, "Oh." Like they actually typed OH and then they left a minute later. It's just, like if you don't give them a rise, they're just like, "Oh, okay." Oh, skeletons. We're gonna have to switch, put the guns away because the guns won't work. Gosh, I have so many people using guns.
Still got it.
Okay, doing pretty good.
This does not work.
There's waves of undead. Who's this guy? Oh, it's a skeleton still in full armor. Look like a living person. Nice. Paralysis on that. Wow, that thing took like 4 ogre blows and kept kicking. Birdie? Why are you not fighting? Go attack.
Better try something else.
This is kind of tricky with him coming from so many different angles. Nice. She was about to take a lot of hits and he paralyzed him off of her. Oh no! What's all this now? Alright, you move closer so no one else is hit by that.
This does not work.
Although she's doing less damage, her warbow is actually kind of cool. It fires 3, look at that, it fires 3 ice arrows per shot. Yeah, White Tiger. I was playing Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing earlier today, and I kept expecting the AI to act like what I have set up in this game, and just constantly getting disappointed that it wasn't. But yeah, I really love what we've created here.
Consider it done.
We'll leave. Alright, Shodi wants to talk.
Watcher.
She clamps her hands together excitedly. Forgoing nibbling on her bottom lip, she beams you a sunny grin.
Guess what? Now go on and guess, really.
You've had another dream?
Not a god's darned one. And ain't that just it?
Her eyes gleam with a shining triumph.
I feel so fine. Like I swallowed a star and now I got light bursting from my chest. Can you see it in me? This happiness? It's all on account of you, Watcher.
This option. Oh my god, that's so thirsty. That's great, Shodi.
Everything's different now.
Yeah.
The world looks so dang bright, doesn't it? Even at night.
She tips her face up, staring straight into the blazing sun. The lack of nightfall apparently isn't enough of a deterrent to jar her from her thoughts. She's staring straight into the sun?
The sky goes all glittery with stars. Must be what the gods see when new souls are born.
As Shodi saunters off, she sighs with contentment. Okay. Alright, before I forget, let's
Yeah?
switch back to proper weaponry. Or my usual stuff, I should say.
You need something.
Alright.
The pleasure is mine.
Now, we found an herb a second ago, so I'd actually... This isn't just a random encounter level. There's more here, so I need to... Or I want to go around and see if there's any more herbs. Nope. Does not appear so. Okay. But yeah, honestly, this is giving me the slight itch to play like Dragon Age Inquisition or Origins again, because those are the only other games that I have ever played that had a similar thing where you could create AI for the characters you weren't playing at those moments. Now let's get the food. A lush, narrow valley lies below you. You spot an overgrown stone statue. You spot an overgrown stone structure built into the valley's side in the distance. Before the chip... I got the vapors. Before the stone structure spreads a broad field peppered with ancient plinths and mounds of cracked stonework. As you move closer, you discover that the stone structure is actually the entrance to a crypt. Though the doorway is thick with mud and as damp as sweat-slick skin, you continue down into the dark. White Tiger, if he becomes a lap cat instead of a tower cat, am I supposed to get a camera pointed at my crotch so you guys can see the cat while I stream?
Nothing will slip past me.
Dargul. Wow. Oh, Revenant Ogre. Oh gosh. Held a auto mod. Held message for White Tiger. Identify. Do you wish to allow this or terrible message to post in chat? Allow. You write it off on your taxes. Your premium Snapchat. Oh, it's because you wrote thought. You're such a terrible scumbag.
Death to our enemy. They'll regret this. This weapon's no good to me.
Alright, let's have Shodi run up here and do her anti-undead explosion. Explosion! Only Kenosuba kids will remember. This is awesome. This choke we've got here, all this stuff blocked on the tank, it's awesome. Alright, let's have you start working on this Dargle. It's right in our face. I love how when the ogres hit people, it sounds like someone hitting someone with a frying pan. Chat at me. Just imagine any time the cat jumps down, someone tunes into the stream. Why does he have a second camera pointed at his crotch?
Right between the eyes.
Makes no difference.
That would bring a whole new meaning to Bone Zone. Here at the Bone Zone, we stare at Muck's gameplay and Muck's crotch at all times.
I'll go on ahead.
That right there is the line that if I ever get in trouble with the law and they're trying to figure out if I'm a decent human being, someone will play that clip and be like, you can tell he's despicable.
Right between the eyes.
Can you play the clip of your ball surgery, Servant? was the story. Oh, we just found some crackers in that ancient urn. Let's eat those. Let's give those to the sailors. Sure, they're fine. Isn't that exactly where your bone zone is? Yeah, but I constantly go to people. I'm like, no, bone zone wasn't me being gross. It was a joke with my son. And they're like, at that point, there'd be no more defending it.
Sure.
Okay, cool. Cleared this out. How's our, how's that extra? Oh man, we are, dude, like almost every night we've played this, we've gotten like more than a level. It's been marvelous. The joke came from us playing Subnautica. What? I just got a Steam achievement for naming this place the Bone Zone. Bone Zone. Welcome to paradise, folks. A narrow wooden tower rises high above you. Above the door at its base hangs a carved and painted mural of Amira and Nagati engaged in a fierce battle. Tower lists heavily to the side, just a few feet from tumbling over entirely. Alright, so we can search it repeatedly. Balloon, 6 agate, and that's it. Alright. Cool. Welcome to the Bone Zone, everyone. I'm singing a sea shanty. Tehiwa Islands, XP earned 600. You find a ruined tower rising up from the top of a low hillock. The wood and stone structure is stained by oily smoke residue, and a smattering of masonry is spread out from the tower's base in a wide fan. It seems to have suffered some kind of explosion. You found a grappling hook, a pry bar, 2 antlers, 3 scoria, 72 golden swolls. That's big money. Cool. It's not the size of the letter that matters, White Tiger. Oh, you just wake up? What's up? Hey, buddy. They're like, he's talking to his crotch. He goes, did you just wake up? He just looked down and said, hey, buddy, what's with this streamer?
Shit! I am saved!
Don't fight the mouse hand. Don't fight the mouse hand. The dwarf fans himself with a dish rag. His face is dark and shiny with exertion. Sweat colors wide crescents on his shirt. He looks at you like a drowning man would look at dry land. That's my water. I moved that over there because you were going for the water earlier.
Weeks I've been stranded here. The Valian Trading Company sends no one. Unless...
Stranded? This is a settled island. Wait, they sent me... Sorry, they hired me to find an expedition. I take it that means you?
Perfetto. You come not a moment too soon.
He has a water bowl. With an anxious swallow, he glances over his shoulder at a sleepy, ramshackle village. His gaze darts from one grass-thatched hut to another as if expecting some unspeakable horror to emerge. Follow his gaze to see what he's looking at. I can't see. He isn't fixating on anything in particular, but his eyes widen with unease whenever one of the Island Almawa draws near.
Governor Alvari would have told you that we were searching for Luminous Adra in Pococohara. I worry that Ruano, the local chieftain, gave Captain Bez and my crewmates a false lead.
He knots the rag in his hands, pulling it taut.
Or didn't know the way himself and was just trying to impress the outsider.
Maya winks down at Ashiza.
Ugh, this is a terrible place.
He frowns up at Maya. Why would he do that?
Why would I go bobbing for reason in shark-infested waters?
You get a pass because I like that one.
Maya folds her arms and grins.
Ruano was the last to speak with the captain before she set sail.
He has a bowl of
Squatching the
water.
hot northeast
And
of
Wawa.
that pitiful market. I would have joined her, but my stomach... something did not agree. Now it is weeks since they should have returned. I'm only the galley cook, not a search party.
I'd say he's one clove short of a bulb.
A cozy for my staring. It is unusual to see one of the locals so outfitted.
He glances up and down at Maya, mostly up.
More unusual than a dwarf with no sense of direction?
What is that check? History. Vector isn't a Valian name.
Bargroon. My grandparents gave up their nomadic ways when they moved to the Republics. But I see the appeal of staying in one place, one safe place.
You know what I suddenly realized I didn't buy today when I was buying cat stuff? Is one of those rollers to get hair off you. I am freaking covered. That's going on the to-do list. Alright, I'll keep an eye out. Maybe they'll find something interesting.
Agrasima, this is hope to my ears. Payment is assumed with the company. They are quick to buy what they do not have.
He nods, the first signs of relief showing in his red-rimmed eyes. I need supplies.
The captain left all but the essentials with me. I have sustained myself trading with the villagers. Ekosi, but I'm almost out of ale.
Okay, so we got a merchant here. You have anything that I need? You sell ship medicine? No, you don't. So really nothing I need here. And he can respec your people, apparently. Roll a piece of duct tape.
I must watch the
to find
supplies
duct
at the
tape.
trading post. He will come to check
to
them,
trim your
yes?
nails. Oh my gosh. Oh, no. He's swatting at the mouse pointer on the screen while also standing on the keyboard. Alright, Carter Craftsman.
Nothing will slip past me.
All right.
Hey, okay, hold on. Wait. There's a boop. There's a boop. White Tiger told me to boop you. You've been booped.
Real quiet now.
Welcome among us.
Quit your chirping. I have no fish for you. Full tides.
The fisherman lowers his head in greeting and wipes his hands on his sarong, which is mottled with fish guts. He doesn't meet your gaze. What can you... Why are those Lagu Faith caged?
Himwihi and the other Mataru found them when they explored the island.
He looks at the creatures with a mingled trepidation and disgust. They bare their teeth in response, flies buzzing around their clouded, gunky eyes and the dull patches on their scales.
Said maybe we train them to build. And if the soil and sea are misers here, then we eat them.
White Tiger, it is interesting that you even have the correct emotes for cat training.
Oh, Captain
That's fine.
Stinkfeathers
That's fine.
here has choked down his share of Lagofath eggs.
Ashiza chirps up at her and waggles his tail feathers. He blinks at your companion impassively, glancing toward the sea and air of mild impatience. Alright.
I'll get that for you.
Stop this! They will get away!
I wasn't trying to open the door, I was just trying to pick the lock for XP.
Look out! They escape!
Oh no. Oh no.
For what do you open the cage? Now they get away. I will not be the one to tell him Wihi.
Oh gosh. This is like a town?
Oh, filthy lizards.
The cat is dutifully watching the screen from like 1 inch away. You can watch from here. The woman stands outside the half-finished building, arms crossed as if in protest of any shelter it might offer. She looks like she's scowling, but the scars on her face make it hard to tell. Maybe Tiger paid your wife to give an implant all along if what happened.
An outsider in Tiquara? Who are you, stranger?
I'm Mucklock, captain of the Defiant.
A captain. If you had sailed downwind of the island, you would have moved on, I say. I tell Ranga Ruano that the stench of Tiquara will drive away friend and outsider alike. Do you smell it? Surely you can. Your kind of nose is like palm rats.
Oh, insulting me. My friends promised they'd bathe before we left port.
I admit to having glands, which I do not discuss, but I always keep them clean.
I speak of the Lagufath. There is no food on this barren island that those monsters do not steal. Always they circle our village looking for weaknesses.
She shakes her finger, making an argument she seems to have made many times before.
I pushed the cage with the young ones farther toward the beach, but I smell them even here.
I guess I shouldn't say the hatchlings I freed. It's no wonder they come here when the beach smells like a Lagufath hatchery.
Better to keep them under our thumb than sharpening blow darts, I say. A week ago, I tracked the fish to Hoina Ravine, so I challenged the Mataru to a hunting competition. My mother's belt for the brood mother's head.
Grinning, she thumbs the hide belt slung across her waist.
It is not every day that newcomers land on our beaches. What say you show me how outsiders deal with Lagufath?
Little competition sounds fun.
Understand they are animals. You must rely on blades, I say, not words. Hunting tales of our ancestors say the brood will scatter when their fish Ranga is killed. No need to chase the children if you cut the head from the mother.
She makes a sweeping motion across her neck. Dude, come on. Can I buy some supplies?
Am I a Kuaru? Do I dirty my fingers with coins 1,000 hands have touched? Never. Go see the sweaty one, the dwarf.
Okay, I already talked to him.
Sometimes.
Alright. Oh, come on. Alright, Vector.
No sign of my shipmates on the horizon.
He sighs and billows the front of his shirt. The wet fabric slaps against his chest with a plopping sound. What has you so on edge?
When we landed on Tikawara, the chieftain gave us a welcome feast for the dukes. We feasted, danced, drank, and slept. Only so we could feast, dance, and drink more.
The ghost of a smile flits across his face. You are awfully busy for a man claiming to be ill.
Per complan, Conet. Music and ale are medicine for the soul.
He pats a hand over his heart and gives you a sheepish look.
Even so, they did nothing to soften Anaharu. He said we had come to rob and plunder. He and Nairi turned the villagers against us.
He wipes a fresh rivulet of sweat from his temple.
Did you not come to plunder? Kara, I misunderstood your mission.
He flinches back from Takehu, his eyes wide with alarm, until he clears his throat and focuses back on you.
After that, we slept on the boat and took turns watching the shore. Except for me. I had to rest and recover, of course. But in the early hours, our lookouts Soruano and Anaharu disappeared together.
Go on.
No one from the village approached us all day, and by the afternoon, only Ruano returned. Now no one here will even talk of Anaharu.
He's trying to eat the dwarf.
No? Our captain was eager to leave before the winds changed again. The priestess. She imagines
I don't even know what I
me in
just
the
clicked.
jaws of our fish goddess. I know it.
He fans himself more rapidly.
She lurks in the shrine next to that awful statue. I cannot stand her wicked looks, but if she does not scare you, then maybe you talk to her.
Farewell. The fruit cutting game right. I don't want my iPad all scratched up. Also, wouldn't that kind of teach the cat to swipe at screens? That's my first thought. No. Let's see. Should we go into the Chieftain's Lodge? It's over here. Let's see what's in the Chieftain's Lodge. Hey, man animal, how's it going? Let's see. Stealing. Let's save the game before we try to pick the lock this time, since we just got in trouble for that.
Can't take all the credit.
Alright. Ranga Ruanu. And now Mawa huddles in close conversation with the warriors next to him. He whispers in a low, stern voice. No sooner do you catch his eye than he grins wide enough to stretch every muscle in his face.
Greetings, friend. Always an honor to receive guests.
He inclines his head and touches his brow. Muckluck, Captain of the Defiant, at your service.
I would shower you with the fruit of our harvest, but the season is unkind, I say. Pokokahara is restless. Even from afar, the storms tear our bounty up by the root and chase fish to calmer shores.
What is this? It's a wonder you can even sustain a tribe under these conditions.
Tikawara is not our first home. I am hoping it grows more opportunity than Kuiki. The Valians went to Pokokahara for luminous Ardra, but their expedition does not return as the storms grow wild. Tikawara dies around us. No traveler will land here if they're forced to eat their belts, I say.
I have some history with old places that cause storms. Be a whack flashback. I'll take a look. His eyes widen a little. The smile that creases his face seems, for the moment, genuine.
Here. This was a token passed down from the Rankas, said to come from Pokokahara in brighter days.
He passes you a heavy length of copper shaped in a spiral. You've gained an item, Copper Mizuma Shell Key. This looks like a seashell.
The Mizuma snail. A foul thing, yes? They eat to their dead faster than Tangaloa, I say.
I guess I can do it bigger, at the very least. I could try to point it down a bit, because he's jumping in and out of my lap a lot. And he bumped my monitor, and the camera's strapped to the monitor, so that moved it.
It is nothing that Kawaru would craft.
It's in my lap right now.
Ancestors and their hobbies. If you need aid, Himarihi's warriors need only someone to bark commands and they will go.
He raises his finger to his brow once more. Alright. Honestly, this is a welcome change. Like I said, when we got home, he got behind our refrigerator and he hid back there for like 3 or 4 hours. And I had to work pretty hard to get him out and then show him around the house and show him like all the stuff, and then he didn't try to go behind the fridge again. He's like, oh, this place isn't so bad. Should a new Kitten to the stream name and Twitch tags? Is that a Twitch tag? Is new Kitten a Twitch tag? A seasoned Juana woman rests her elbow on the drum like it's the only thing keeping her upright. She pats the hide skin and percussion, no more effortful than a sigh. She opens her eyes as you approach. Blinking, she crosses her arms and regards Takehu with a patient, expectant look. Tell you what, hang on. Going to my notepad. New Kitten tag? Alright, I'll check on that later on.
Tiana, what a surprise.
If I can pull in the Kitten fans, I welcome it.
After your Ranga moved the tribe.
She pats his hand before calmly pulling away from his touch. Takehu blinks and clears his throat, looking elsewhere. Ouch, you gonna be okay, Takehu?
Ikera, I say my soft fish heart can take another callus.
He smiles wanly. She nods at you smiling and rests her palm on the skin of her drum. I'm Muckluck, Captain of the Defiant. One of her eyebrows arches with an unspoken question. She squints down at the dock and nods toward your boat. She touches her brow with 2 fingers, then gives the drum a pair of playful taps. This may have been an introduction. What do you do here? Exaggerating her movements, she shields her eyes and scans the horizon. Then she points off at the distance, kicks her legs up with youthful glee, and pretends to pound on the drum with wild, enthusiastic beats. So, you beat the drum for incoming ships? Shrugging, she lets her hand fall to her sides once again. You don't speak? A deep wrinkled scar traces a winding path down her neck. She tilts her head to the side and beckons you to look closer. The angle and shape look like the mark of boar's tusks. She raises one finger and points down to a dried hoof, knotted it to her belt. She then makes a gesture of pulling back and releasing a bowstring several times in rapid succession. Oh, you got revenge. Grinning, she snaps her fingers and leans once more against the drum with a satisfied sigh.
I admit it. I like this one.
She rolls her eyes at Maya and shoos her away. Tap on the drum. You play a short, hesitant beat. She bites the inside of her cheek and considers before drumming a quick response with her knuckles. Then she beats a harder, faster rhythm and steps back, grinning at you. Use chanter skills. Start a beat you can share, humming under your breath. Her eyes widen and she steps back, taken by the rhythm of your beat. She glances up at the drum as if for the first time and pauses to caress its hide. She eases in closer, your shoulders touching, and beats on the drum fast enough to build tempo without outpacing you. Her rhythm response changes the tune, introducing complexity while keeping the spirit of the original alive. She closes her eyes and sways in place. Her flow of the movements makes the beat look effortless, but her arms are a constant blur. In the village below, heads begin to bob, furrowed brows momentarily relax. Finally, she breaks the rhythm and steps back, shaking out her arms and sucking in deep breaths. She tips her head to you, gratitude and recognition mingling with exhaustion.
Get a room, you two.
Is there any XP for that? So you're hooking up with another girl while Shodi is standing right there.
I can be quiet.
We were just beating on a drum. Ain't no big thing.
Real quiet now.
Huh?
Step back, all of you.
Chip just left my study for the first time in like 2 hours, and like was out of the room. I'm like, oh, she's going to explore the house, and then like 1 second later comes running in here at Mach 2, like it's so scary. The broad-shouldered Almawa at the center of the huddle takes a cautious step back. His gaze never breaks from the tribesmen who have him surrounded, and his hands never stray far from his weapons.
You've all got the wrong idea. I'm waiting for a shipment of sailcloth from the homeland. Is that going to be a problem?
His expression turns stony as the implied threat crosses his lips.
Then what say you about this? Coded gibberish, or I'm an Orlin.
Someone from the crowd tosses a sheaf of papers to the ground by Harama's feet. The assembled tribesmen mutter their assent.
Damn it. He's about 2 seconds away from starting a brawl. I've got to step in.
I'll follow your lead, Maya. She clears her throat loud enough to turn heads in the direction of your party.
1 against a mob isn't exactly even. Ever heard of a fair fight?
Maya cracks her knuckles and rolls her shoulders. Shodi lifts her chin in interest.
Ha! Company warships blow our canoes to splinters, and you call us unfair? You foreign imps are all the same.
Turning to you and Maya, Harama gives away no recognition other than a flicker of gratitude. What seems to be the problem here?
As surely as sharks circle spilled blood, this one has been casting an unwelcome shadow on our village.
One of the villagers steps forward and gestures to Harama.
We found coded documents in his quarters, and he defended himself with lies. Outsider spy.
What makes you think it's anything nefarious?
Because Rauatai hungers after these isles, like a tiger lurking in the tall grass and whetting its chops.
If you townies are dumb enough to go blundering into an alpha predator, you deserve what's coming to you.
Who are you to speak in his defense? And who is your traitor friend who
Oh my
postures
God.
like she is not one of us?
Maya?
I've got better things to do than listen to a bunch of islanders argue over who wants to die first.
She reaches for her weapon and begins to advance. Takehu worries one of his hairs between his fingers. The crowd flinches back from Maya, and their spokesperson raises a hand. Hold on. No.
A Huana who speaks for agents of Rauatai is no friend of the tribes. She and her bird will share in his fate.
Bluff. I already know that I'm gonna walk away from this. How certain are you? The ringleader takes in a sharp breath, examining the faces of his neighbors and fellow tribesmen.
That's what I thought.
Maya folds her arms, wearing an accomplished grin.
Harama, we will have eyes on you. Cause no trouble.
The leader of the gang points from his eyes to Harama's and then signals the rest to depart. That was pretty satisfying.
I owe you thanks for that, stranger.
The big Rawatalian stands at ease and looks up at you and looks you up and down, nodding with approval.
Now here is a welcome sight.
He turns to face Maya and a smile brightens his features.
Is that little Ashiza? Hop over here, you old terror.
Harama opens his arms and Maya's bird darts enthusiastically closer, pecking at Harama's shins.
Ishi down. You don't know where he's been.
Maya arches her brow, smiling in spite of herself. Say nothing.
I would say that we should visit the closest tavern and toast to life. But for once, I might be the odd man out.
He praises you with a curious smirk.
Captain, this is Harama. We were shipmates on the Flying Buttress.
She nods to him, their eye contact lingering an extra moment.
That's a word for it. You could also say we were...
loyal servants of the homeland. That's enough out of you.
She touches her brow and shakes her head, hiding the hint of a smile. Shodi's eyes gleam with amusement.
Afraid this isn't a social visit. This comes from up high.
She passes him a roll of parchment. His demeanor hardens the moment he unseals the missive. Worming his tongue over his teeth, Harama lifts up the parchment to view it against a light source.
Atsura's up to his tricks again, I see. Thank you, Maya. I've been waiting for this.
That sounds malicious.
Maya, why is he asking?
Harama squints at you, hesitating to say more.
Captain, later. I promise we can discuss it later. I guess we're done here. It's been, well, sort of like old times. In a good way.
Maya grins, planting her hands on her hips.
Especially seeing you coming and going again. When the dust settles, maybe we could...
He trails off, shifting his weight.
I'd like that. Ishi misses you something awful.
Say no more. Good luck in your travels and other adventures. Ashiza, you keep your feathers clean.
He salutes Maya and steps back with a wink. Alright, Maya wants to talk.
You probably have some questions about what we've been doing.
Maya sighs, nodding.
We found Harama in quite a state, didn't we? It's no wonder you'd be curious about what's going on.
Continue.
Harama is a sociable type of guy. Getting to know people is as easy to him as breathing is to you or me. Atsura set him loose so he can get to know as many people as possible.
He's a spy.
That's one way you could put it. He's keeping an eye on Tikawara. Who comes and goes, what sorts of things they discuss. Atsura is committed to a more peaceful deadfire. But he's just one man. He needs good people to shoulder the burden with him.
What's the mob said he had coded missives. Was that true?
Maybe. Probably. Let's just say we're not the first people to deliver Harama a missive that looked like one thing and read like another.
What have we been delivering, Maya?
Truthfully? I don't know. They look like ordinary documents to me, but I'm sure that's how Atsura wanted it. Atsura has a new code for every hour of the day. He probably has cipher keys tattooed all over his body.
Okay.
You have every reason to be suspicious. Just trust me that this is all for the best. I wouldn't lie about that.
I feel like it would be rather cliche for her whole personal story to be that she's been delivering messages and orders for people to do things that she doesn't agree with. Okay, let's see what's in this hut. It just says Kawaru Hut. I'm guessing it's like a no-name house and it's just stuff to steal and that's it. Alright, Rongi... Yeah. Weheta? Okay, well. We sort of hit the nail on the head with that one, but it was too crowded to take anything without starting a fight, which I don't intend to do. Hey, Muck, hope you're enjoying this Sunday evening. I am, Ish. We actually have a new friend this evening. He's currently asleep right now. Hold on. Oh my gosh, is this camera gonna... I don't know if you can see him. We have a new cat joining us today. If you want to see him jumping all over me, it's earlier in the stream. Right now I welcome him holding still for a few minutes. He's left a few marks in his psychoness. The bell's reliefs have been worn smooth in some places and crusted with patina in others. The statue depicts a voluptuous woman with the head of an anglerfish. The paint is thick as if freshly applied. So an Andra statue. Shrine, probably an Andra. My cats don't ever sleep on me. I mean, I know cats come in many different personalities, and Lapcat is one of them.
Amir's winds blow bitter today, outsider.
The woman is young, but her serious manner makes her look much older. Her nose and ears are pierced in several places, and her mouth is twisted in a scowl.
So the foreigners now send Huana to enslave Huana.
She sniffs, curling her upper lip back.
No one chains Tekehu, I say. Well, except Rabuna.
He rubs along his neck and smiles, the shallow mark of a collar standing out in his flesh. Oh my gosh. I think that might be the lady from the House of Pleasure that was into, like, bondage. She was like a half fire god-like. Thanks, Ish. Yeah, he hid behind a refrigerator for the first 3 or 4 hours that we had him, but I finally got him to come out, and he's doing good now. Helping me with the stream.
Shameless clown.
She folds her arm and stamps her foot. Orlin, it's difficult to plunder when you can't reach the shelves, my lady.
Maybe not. But your kind have surprised me in the past.
Google says you're correct. My experience tells me red cats are nearly all male, and after castration they turn from player to Garfield.
Outlanders conquer us with ink and paper packs as well as blades. But they conquer us all the same.
I'm seeking a lost violent expedition.
Better for us all if they stay lost, I say. Ruanu. He collaborates with the bottom feeders who went to Pokokahara for Adra riches. I warned the Valians about Pokokahara, but why listen to the ignorant Huana girl?
Just had
Now
Octavia
I
with control
remain.
layer with a whip. That was
They are
interesting.
gone. Taken by the curse.
I didn't experience that firsthand-ish because I wasn't using Octavia in my party, but I had someone else talk about that before, so I know the gist of that scene. It's pretty funny. Violins are some of the most skilled navigators in the world. They don't just go missing.
Pokokahara was not for them. With Nagati's aid, the sea takes and gives in equal measure.
She raises her fingers to her brow.
Dark clouds surround Pokokahara, and in my dreams, they swallow us all.
Yeah, I wasn't using her. I left her in town just to do advisor stuff, and that's it. If the island is cursed, whoever lived to tell of it? She sighs deeply, her bony shoulders rising like a vulture's wings.
We tell these stories not because they happen just so. We tell them for what they mean. Our Rangosphere makes him too trusting. He believes the Valiant traders will protect us if they settle here and mine Pokokahara.
I did her quest, Zurin, up until the point where she was, she found out she was, like, of noble blood, and she's like, I want to go meet my parents. I was like, no, you shouldn't do that. Like, I was, at that point, Mukluk was sick of loading screens. And I was just measuring each quest and how many loading screens it was, which is a terrible thing for a game, but that's what it was. And I was like, no, you shouldn't. And she's like, I shouldn't go meet my mother? I really think I should. I'm like, no, you're stronger than that. Get over it. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, get over it. She's like, okay. And then it's like, quest complete, 10,000 XP. I totally see it. I did the same thing for Rhaegar, and he wanted to go meet his parents and beat him up or something because they sold him into slavery. I was like, nah, you're stronger than that. You don't need to do that.
So the villagers pour their sweat into the sand, building a trading post on a barren island.
It might not be barren for long if you allow coin to flow through.
I am not expecting you to understand how dangerous this is, outsider.
Continue.
They will kill us, rob us, enslave us. And we will be too busy building their halls and sweeping their docks to fight.
She bites her lip in a bitter frown.
If you go to Pokokahara, I say the best thing is to destroy it for the tribe.
Her brow raises sharply as she studies your reaction.
Adra is the life of the Deadfire. This is not done, I say.
We are the life of the Deadfire. Even if Nagati tells us to defend Green Rocks.
She pounds her chest and glares at Tekehu.
When the Adra is gone, the Valians will dig somewhere else, leaving us to point our canoes toward more welcoming shores.
I'll consider it.
I hope so. And we did not speak of this, Akira.
Alright, farewell. Okay.
Not a
Understand. Looks like a smaller, older version of the statue outside. The wood is smooth and mottled with water damage. Alright. So these people don't really want me to go rescue the people out there. But we're gonna try. Alright, tap that quick save button. Oh, this is like a full-blown town. Okay, leave town on... Actually, wait, go to supply? Haha! Oh my gosh, my medical supplies are empty. See that? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, yeah, so that's why the people on my boat were still hurt. I thought it was just because not enough time had passed. It was because I was out of medicine. Okay. So we're now here. Let's see what's on Sunepu Beach. It has crossed swords. Does that mean conflict? Something about the curve of the path ahead of you gives you pause. With the obscured sight lines, you recognize this as a good site for an ambush. At the same time, you don't hear anything out of the ordinary. Actually, you don't hear anything at all. No hum of insects, no rustling of animals, even the air has stilled. Investigate? As you move forward, as you move carefully forward, you spot a massive lagu faith slinking through the wild growth. Even crouched, the wilder towers among the tropical trees and wears a bleached skull on its head. Sneak in. Fail. The wilder makes a gurgling sound, cold bulbous eyes examining you as the muscles of its many arms twitch. It lowers its weapons and cautiously shuffles toward you. Attack! That's what I was hoping for, because my options were sneak or run, and I was like, I want to fight it. Still haven't had this scene happen, with the tentacles attacking the ship.
That was about as useful as...
Okay, let's have you target the statue. You summon ogres.
Bump on a pickle.
Okay, statue's gone. We're gonna have to rest after this because a lot of people got atrophy from that statue. Alright, she mind controlled this thing, so I've gotta manually hit it. There we go. Party gained 1,400 XP from the bestiary. Interesting.
Leave it to me.
Alright. Alright. Let's rest real quick. Can I not rest here? Wanted to rest to let the sigil of atrophy wear off, but apparently it doesn't allow it in this zone. Alright, can I rest out here? Yes. No. Do I have to have someone eating food to rest? Yes, so someone has to eat to rest. Interesting. It's the first time I'm trying to rest without injuries, so I didn't know that. Old Battleground. Oh, it's one of those search location. Ring of Minor Deflection. A lot of Azada shells. A scepter. Alright, that's it. Okay, you can't cross that. Okay, good to know. Boa Hika Pass. The rumbling reaches your ears first, a low growl from the land before being pierced by the cry of a distant bird. The ground sets to vibrating beneath your feet, the growing roar of the stampede-eating beast echoing around you. You crest a rise to find that the stampede has passed, now only a rumbling cloud in the distance. As the dust settles, you note that a few of the boar remain, fallen and still, with large feathered darts protruding from their fur. A single upright boar remains, a piglet that nudges its snout against one of the prone beasts. Wait and watch. A fish-headed wilder gurgle and hiss at one another before crouching to feast on their catch. The boars still living squeal pitifully in protest. Ambush and attack. I'm guessing that piglet's going to become one of the companion pet options.
Can't hide from me.
Whoa.
You're mine!
Stop so long.
You said
Still Let's go.
Come on, ogres, get him. Bang. That mind-controlled one just ran. He's back now. Alright.
Dim in the lantern.
Okay. Alright, let's go up here.
That's too much.
Oof. Wrecked. Alright, is that it? I wonder if I had done the dialogue option to like attack sooner before they attack the piggies, if I could have saved the piglet. No piglet for Mucklock. Alright. Let's see what's down here. Repair supplies? Alright. Take that. The Hohina Ravine. Let's tap that quick save key. And see what the Hohina Ravine has for us. You know, while that game is loading, White Tiger has me curious about the tags. Is there a new cat? No new cat. Let's see. Pet. No results found. Cat. No results found. Kitten. No results found. Nope, there's no tags for pet, cat, or kitty.
Ishi. Quiet time. What have we here? Just say the word.
Ready when you are.
Speak freely.
What? Why aren't they attacking me?
Your orders?
I can't talk to them either. Is this one of those walk further in than get ambushed things?
Already.
Should I be... I'm wondering if I should manually attack these things.
What have we here?
What is that? Runed boulder? Oh, should I have examined that? Sections of the boulder have been etched with strange runes and glyphs. Many of them seem to represent local plants and wildlife. Oh!
Won't hold me for long.
Can't get a clean hit.
Mukluk is getting chain knocked down. What? Oh, they mind controlled my flame blight. Oh, you buggers. It's killing its master right now. And the guy that summoned it just summoned the second one.
Do I say?
Right between the eyes.
Man, this guy was the most dangerous one. It had summons and mind control spells. Whoa, what? You find an old stone coffer, pitted and mottled by long exposure to the elements. The lid is cracked, but thick woody vines like giant's fingers hold it in place. Have someone pull the vines away. Why is she the only option? I think the other party members are too far away because they're like 10 feet away. Hold on. Leave. Everyone get closer.
Not a problem.
Oh, fire ability. Cast a spell to burn the vines. Shining Beacon? The plants squeal and pop with the flames, giving off an odor that smells disconcertingly like burning flesh. They wither into scraggly blackened strands, yet no sooner have they shrunk than they quiver and twitch, beginning to fill with sap once more. You rip the lid from the coffer before they can regain their grip on it. You retrieve an antique bronze hatchet, pulling it from the coffer even as the vines feebly grasp at it with hungry tendrils. Vion Seth was added to your stash. So what does this do? Here it is. Exceptional hatchet, wood splitter, plus 20% melee damage to plant targets. Hewing step, plus 15 to all defenses against plant attacks while above 3/4 health. 15 defenses against poison attacks while above 3/4. Plus 25 to all defenses against plants. That's plant. Okay, so it's awesome, but everything is plant related. So I think Muck is going to keep his current ice axe because that's more of an all-purpose. I do not know why those things are friendly to me, unless they're just scared. I am a rather imposing sight. Cocking her head, the broodmother watches you and lets out an inquisitive chirrup. Sing to her. Chant her ability. The broodmother stops gurgling and takes this tentative step closer, craning her neck with interest. Other Lagufaith peer and chirrup at you.
Yeah, because first contacts always tend to go well.
Maya slowly reaches for her weapon. A young Lagufaith pokes its head out from behind one of the adults and burbles happily. The adult ushers it back with a firm claw. It looks smaller than the hatchlings in the cage, but not by much.
Oh, Anna.
I freed your hatchlings from the village. It was an accident, guys, but we're not going to tell her that. The broodmother glances toward the pool and trills. 4 enthusiastic, high-pitched chirps answer from the cave behind her. She looks back at you and cocks her head in question, jingling her scrap necklace. Stay away from the village. She coos at you, and she pulls the scrap necklace off and tosses it at your feet. With that, she lowers her head and chirps quietly to herself. You've gained Baubles of the Fin. And 4 of us just leveled. Alright, hold on. What is Baubles of the Fin? 1 con, 1 int, grants cruelty and curios, plus 3% just damage. Okay, it's just a raw damage buff. Alright, dang, level ups. Alright, quick save complete. Alright, athletics and bluff from a main man Mukluk. Ooh, new magic. Alright. Gurnus beasts of the night with his breath. That summons 2 Drake. River of Red. The bride caught the ruse and set to make them pay. Gets quick and insightful for 30 seconds. 7 nights she waited while the wind slept. Attack enemies in 7 directions with bolts of freezing ice. This is more powerful, possesses distracting attack. Burns enemies, deal enemy greater damage. 100 crits, plus health. Rapid casting. Resistance to dex afflictions. 10-point all damage shield for 10 seconds. Grants allies a protective barrier that absorbs damage. That's nice. The dragon thrashed, the dragon wailed. That's very strong. Because that's just... This is 2 damage per 3. This is basically 8. So it's like 4 times the damage than that thing. Alright, so we're probably going to get Dragon Thrashed. And then we get a Paladin ability. Destroy a summoned creature. Upgrade to Beacon. Deflection bonus. Plus health. Resistance. Gains small chance to completely avoid any attack. That's good for tank. Also thinking about getting Liberating Exhortation to get mind control off of people. Or reviving. 2 max health per level. This is level 13, so it'd be 26 hit points. If my math is correct. Let's hover over Liberating. And say 26 more health. I have 242, so that would be roughly a 10% increase. I can wait on that. He hardly ever dies. I can get that next level. Alright, so let's change Muck's song. Oh, are we atrophied again? Son of a gun. Alright. So let's do this. Maybe do that one second. There we go. Alright.
Yeah?
All 5 of us leveled. That's really rare. That must have been a massive chunk of XP. Because everyone's XP bars are not lined up. So often one will level and then later on the others will. Furious Call. Deadly Surprise. Or what do we got? Deflection also gets range. Empowered attacks gain increased accuracy. Stuffs. Penetration empowered. 20% affliction inspiration during empower. All this empowered stuff, we don't use that much. Alright. Let's get camo, I guess. Oh, she gets 2 skill points at this level. What else we got? Some enemies engage, fortitude, reflex. That was damage, but only against dotted targets. Oh, we already have that. Sneak attack. Afflictions. Just trying to find it. So I could get will, reflex, fortitude are all decent. I could just get more hit points. 26 more health. Jeez, that would be like a 10 to 15% increase in hit health. The dodge roll ability is nice. I hate relying on something with bond. They cost bond because I'm often out of it. Alright, you know what? What was the other thing I just highlighted? Health? I'll get that. I'll try it out. Evasive fire. Okay. I'll try it out. I'll take your advice and see how I like that. Alright. Wait, this is the wrong freaking person. Wait, what? It's showing the wrong picture. This is Lynn's. That's not Lynn standing there. Okay. Summon a Drake. Summon multiple whelps. Let's try... I don't know if I want one Drake instead of a horde of Uber Whelps. Let's try the thing that gives the damage shield on the whole party. It was really good in the first game. Let's see what the Cypher skills are. Borrowed Instinct, Detonate, Ringleader. Oh, Ringleader was really good. It's just AoE mind control. It had a long cast time though. Is it in this game? 3 seconds. Echoing Shield. Reverberating Wave. Wash over all those near target ally, granting friendly characters resolute and removing concentration from enemies. Tactical Meld. Grants the Cypher and the target ally the aware inspiration and increased engagement limit. What's aware do? 50% of grazes are converted to hits, so it's a DPS thing. 10 focus, some action speed with spells. Just a range of spells. Should probably get more range of spells because she's always running in and getting wrecked. Let's do that. That's not Lynn's. Alright, let's adjust her chance here. And where is it? Over here. Oh, nice. They'll have complete overlap. Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. And number 4 of 5, Shodi. Arcana, Religion. Wall of Thorns? Hazard AoE, duration 30 seconds. Oh, this is cool. Does pierce damage and poison and weakened. That's nice. Just to throw that up in their way. Okay. Storm of Holy Fire. Repeatedly inflicts burn on all in the area. This does have a friendly fire component. Cleansing Flame. Hurl a ball of holy fire at the enemy that purges its protections and speeds its doom. This continuous burn and accelerates the timer for all beneficial and continuous damage effects before leaping to additional targets. 80 burn over 5. Minus 5 second duration of beneficial effects. Has to hit their deflection and hits up to 3 targets. I like that. I really like that. I'm going to click that for now and see if I see something better. Resurrection. She already has a resurrection. Resurrect with 125 health, cannot die for 20 seconds, and a friendly AoE of plus 75 health restored. Okay, so the other one did not have immune to death. Minor Avatar, plus 20% damage with weapons, plus 40 max health, gives strong, quick, fit, insightful, steadfast, and smart for 30 seconds. Okay, so she just goes into like uber apeshit mode. Sorry, I shouldn't be teaching you bad words, should I? Conjures a powerful holy shield, gaining a deflection bonus to all allies in the area of effect. That's also very nice. Empowered stuff, empowered stuff, empowered stuff, empowered stuff. I really don't like those. Okay. Probably Resurrection? Yeah, I guess I'll do that. I can use this at the beginning of every fight. I can make an AI for that, and then just empower myself to recharge in Resurrection if somebody dies. Alright, so let's set that up. I'm going to tap that quick save key really quick, so I don't have to redo any of this in case something happens. Alright, Shodi. And create a new thing. Always true. What was the name of that monster we just got? Cleansing Flame. What does this target? Accuracy versus deflection. So we want to hit the target with the lowest deflection. Alright. Oh, let's have this below second wind and restore. There we go. Cool. That little guy just woke up and is staring at that mouse pointer. Alright, what are we gonna do here? We've got those two songs done. For a bit of randomness, Mucklick, you gotta say yay or nay, one of them. Depending on what I'm gonna make a decision. Yay. Nay is for horses. 5% resistance, 5% hits converted to crits. 10% increased action speed of spells. His spell casts are really slow. Let's get that. Alright, and Druid skill. Ocean Burst. Summons a water ball liquid explodes at target location, does a crush damage to all in the area of effect. Okay. Pick of Insects. Relentless Storm. Frequently shocks enemies in the area of effect. Nature's Terror. Cleansing Wind. Heals allies and pushes back enemies. That's kind of cool. Successful paralyzed or petrified. Firebug. Oh, I can't select that because this guy can't get fire spells. It bounces through 8 targets. I want that so bad. Alright, let's get Relentless Storm. That seems cool. And we'll just have him use Relentless Storm at the beginning of the fight. Alright.
Speak your mind.
Alright, so Conjure Blight is meh. It's not been great lately. So let's do... Where is it? Relentless Storm. Target on enemy, prioritized by... How can I hit the most enemies? Farthest target... Highest target. Is it most threats? Most damage inflicted? Let's try that. Maybe... Oh, shoot. I'm clicking the wrong dang thing. Oh, shoot. Nearest target. Okay, this one. Relentless Storm. Oh, shoot. Is this centered around you? Electricity elements. AoE. Okay, shoot. Okay. So, this one you can't even really target it. So, just scrap that. I'll have to do that one manually. Alright.
Next time, a challenge.
What have we here?
Already on it.
Quick save. Shoot. I didn't mean it, Brood Mama. Oh no. Mistakes were made, guys. Oh my gosh, come on. Oh, he got interrupted. Dang it. Let's try to empower... Oh, did it get interrupted? Bloody heck. Alright. Empower Chill Fog.
Can't get a clean hit. That's beyond me.
Well, I didn't mean to aggro all these guys, but I guess we're killing this whole town now.
It makes no difference.
Okay. Let's see if he got any credit for his gun leveling up. 1 out of 10 for kill 10 enemies with empowered attacks.
Why not?
Maybe I just need to do an empowered AoE each time I'm in a big pull and see if that does it.
No can do.
What? Oh my gosh, what did we just aggro? Some stuff at like the bottom of the cliff just aggroed onto us.
Lava.
Hold on. Everyone back up, except Muck, you run forward. Okay.
Death to our...
Okay, and... See if we can get the spell off for once. I want to see this go. There we go. This is supposed to shoot lightning repeatedly in the area. Oh, he's paralyzed. That's cool. The lightning is stunning them and interrupting them and stuff.
This does not work.
Help. Miss.
What is this crown? Sworn enemy? One of the Lagafaith cast this on me?
Leave it.
Be quiet if you can.
You sure you gotta do this? No, I'm not. I accidentally aggroed this town, so now I'm killing all lizardmen. Oh well, though. I'm real torn up about it. Honestly, in a way, I'm accidentally min-maxing because I did the peaceful resolution for this, and now I'm murdering my way out.
Quick, go do something else.
It's a bit of loot you don't even want to use. It wasn't intentional.
Slippery as an eel.
Oof. That guy got dissolved.
Smart, don't it?
Alright. Everyone manually kill that guy.
I don't think so.
There we go. Let me see. Is Dragon Thrust working during that? Yeah, it was. Okay.
Not a problem.
Alright, this area is clear. Let's try to rest again. Hey dude, what's up? Alright. Let's see if that gets the atrophy off. All the times you reload it now seems like a waste of time. Well, when I kill creatures that I haven't fought before, I do get XP, and those type of Lagafaith I haven't. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll murder them all. Plus the town might give me XP for ending the Lagafaith threat, so that's why. There was a couple of maybe I'll get XPs for that. So I decided to just go with it. Okay. Can I walk back there? No, I cannot. Let's go to Tawaku Bihua Trail. Oh, we just lost 15 medicine. The guys on the boat are starting to get patched up. The scent comes upon you gradually as you travel. It smells of the kitchens of Ktten, honey, cinnamon, and fresh bread. Meals shared with those now absent. Off the path, you catch a glimmer of movement. Something large and bulbous stirs beyond the trees. Approach openly. Near the center of a nearby clearing stands a Delumgon tending to a large spore. The Delumgon seems formed of the living tropics with... Ooh, ow, 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 ow. Dude, your claws? With vibrant flowers cresting her head. Her shape suggests that of an elf replete with pointed ears. This little derp started to fall off my lap and went to try to hang on. She takes a few steps to the side before reaching a protective hand to rest upon the large spore. Her attention remains on you. Like the cub that knows no better, you tread where others fear. Her voice rumbles like a falling tree limb. Tell us why. What's a fine lady like yourself doing in a dark wood like this? Examine the spore. The bulbous fungus towers taller than an almawa, its fleshy fronds hanging over its bulging stalk. A miasma of yellow dust hangs around it, gently stirring in the light breeze. A dank spore. You can barely make out the recumbent form of some unfortunate kith tangled in its roots. The essence of the spore sucks from its victim, glimmering along its length. If it notices you, it will likely attack, and inhaling the spore's clouding around it could confuse your senses. Are you in trouble? Do you need help? She says nothing for a moment, her head tilting to the side. Why do you ask this? Do you think we fear the spore? She smiles and brushes a hand along one of the spore's fronds. We have nothing to fear here. Drawn by the scent, were you? Her voice sounds like the whispers of wind through the leaves. We do not know why this stubborn spore does that. He has rooted his meal. The spore shudders slightly and you notice a thick tome tucked among its roots. Yeah, it smells amazing. She draws a mushroom cap from somewhere within her. We offer a gift that we may part in peace, that we may preserve the sanctity of this place. Eat the mushroom. The mushroom's flavor explodes in your mouth, sweet and tart, and you feel a tingling run the length of your body. The world seems to sharpen, your thought seems to focus. The Delumgon nods to you before she returns to the tending of the large spore. You leave her glade behind. Wanna get high? Alright. It's a fruit orchard. Orchard here. It's an orchard! Alright, burial site. Azada shells. To Andratara. Okay, we've cleared that. Alright, I think we've cleared this whole little island. So, for the quest that wanted me to go to... Ow, dude, calm down. Disrupt the luminous Audra at Poco Kohora. So, is this island Poco Kohora? I guess not. Oh no, it's to the east. Okay, so it's on the map now that I have talked to the people in town. Can I go to my boat without going through the town? Yeah, I can. Alright, leave town by sea. Alright. Oh, injured crew is 0. I can put everyone back to their best job. Alright, cook or helmsman. She's a cook. Didn't I have someone doing some job that was terrible for them? Cannon, deckhand. 2-star navigator, 2-star surgeon, 1-star cook. No, maybe everyone's doing fantastic. Oh, we got a 2-star helmsman here. That was it. That's the person that's doing the wrong job. Alright. No, let's not sail through the storm. That seems a little suicidal. There's Poco Kohara. There's our quest. 3 quests. When I'm on the world map like this, running the boat around, I feel like I'm playing Heroes of Might and Magic. Anyone else here play any of that series? Hey dude, what are you doing? He's over here trying to paw at the screen. Trying to attack those filthy dwarves. Alright, search the ruins of Poco Kohara.
Slippery as an eel.
Good gone. Gert's gonna get everywhere.
Giggity.
Consider it done.
The obelisk is covered in Gwithan runes. Beware, the gods punish trespassers. Found a skeleton. Got some money and an axe.
Can't hide from me.
Oh! shoot, a drake. Alright.
Leave it to me. Death to our... Quick, toss me something else.
Oh my.
How could I say?
Oh my gosh.
Luthen.
Alright, get the... There we go. Alright, as soon as that's done... Cast Relentless Storm. And you... Cast Watchful Presence. Where's our Cipher? Right there. Alright. What else we got here? Restoring health while nearby. Let's do Devotions of the Faithful.
We'll be hitting the water. Jumping like flies. See that, Ishi? Let's go. Someone's down.
That scared me when she said someone's down, but it's just one of the summons. We're doing okay. One of the big drakes is dead. Let's have you target the one near you. Always a bit out of line, but still fun. I know I didn't play the first couple. I played like 3, 4, 5 or something like that, but I really enjoyed what I played. Oh, we mind controlled one of the drakes. Dude, the passive healing on this party, I love it. The Paladin aura and the chants combined.
Try something else.
Love it. Alright, got some dead drakes.
Not a problem, Captain. Sure.
Desert Worm Hatchling. I don't even know where the cat is. She's meowing about something. He.
Real quiet now.
Nothing in those eggs.
Can't hide from me.
Oh, shoot. It's a pincer attack.
Come on.
Let's start with this.
This does not work.
You see that, Ishi?
Maybe we should do Ocean Burst instead of Relentless Storm. It's just like a big mass of water damage. Yeah, to like 66 to 28 on everything. I said that backwards. Y'all get the idea. Uh-oh, here comes another one. Oh, it's a Paladin Zorip. It's removing the mind control off of targets.
It makes no difference.
Missed.
I'm honestly, because you guys said you couldn't hear the motor noise he was making earlier, I'm surprised you can hear the meow.
Didn't work.
Oh wow, that went down quick.
Why not?
No need to
What did
ask
you find,
twice.
Ishi?
Yeah. Ooh, Thundercrack Pistol. Grants conductive blast. Does a lot of electric damage. Alright, cool. I think she's the only person that doesn't have a unique weapon, and I think we just got one for her. Shoot. There we go.
All right.
Hey. Boop on the snoot. Get out of there. Here. Do you want to hang out in your tower? You want to hang out up here? Or are you going to jump right back on me as soon as I turn around? Nope. Cat down. Do not want
Yeah?
Oh, don't walk over the keyboard. Stinker. Perfect weapon for the electro armor Muck is wearing. Look at that. You're sending Shodi off to her death all by herself. Why are you trying to kill Shodi? It's like, I hate that trashy hoe. Oh my gosh, what's happening?
Up! Up! It's coming!
I'm sorry.
Apretta, inside!
Whoa, what are you doing? Attempted murder. Okay, so whatever was coming smashed that guy. Is there a Fell Reaver walking around here? What's going on? Oh, there's the Fell Reaver. Son of a gun. Son of a gun.
Death to our enemies!
Alright, hold on. Everyone back up, except you run forward. Alright. This is range. Okay.
Get a clean hit.
Oh shoot! There's some stuff behind us. Oh my gosh! No, Kitten, not now. We might be about to die. Hold on. Empower, heal on you two.
Can't get a clean.
Alright, now watchful presence on the party. Alright, you shoot. Everyone's got guns. No one can hurt the undead unless they switch spells. How hurt is this thing? Okay, it is going down. It's taking damage. What's your deal? Why are you dying? Cast regeneration. And do this.
Better try something else.
Why is she dying? What is on her? Gouging strike. Crippling strike. I think gouging strike is the one that just keeps hitting you until the combat's over. It's like the one good rogue move in my eyes.
Can't do it.
Alright, what else we got here? Let's fire. Let's summon a blight. Summon more ogres, you need them. Good, 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 good.
Nothing's no good to me.
Did you never do the blight? Alright. Let's do Chill Cloud right here. That Titan is almost dead. Alright, that should blind all these guys so they're not hitting us. Nice. Titan down, Titan down. Now we can deal with all the rest of this.
Thinks you got the decency to die?
Okay. You switch to your bow. Your gun's not working. You switch to the wand. You switch to your wand.
Nuh-uh, didn't work.
Skeletons are immune to bullets in this game, so had to bring some spare weapons.
Just say
Okay. Dang.
At your service.
Already on it.
When that thing knocked the tank down and had him at like 1/4 health on the opening move, I was like, we're gonna have to reload. This is freaking over. Pleasantly surprised that we one-shot that.
Ready to...
This does not work.
Lavru, Beyond, useless!
Sand blights.
Still got it.
Love the clang 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 of all the ogre clubs coming down like frying pans.
Damn, missed.
Jeez. You know those stories of like dogs that like fart and scare themselves awake? This cat just like sneezed and then jumped from spooking itself awake and hit its head on the table, which made it jump harder. So it did the legendary double jump and hurt itself in its confusion.
Consider it done.
What did you find, Ishi?
A garnet and an agate. Looks like that's a dead end. Right. Before we go into this giant ruin, I want to explore the rest of this sandy area over here. How are we doing on time? It's right about midnight? Okay. Doing good, doing good.
Quick and quiet.
Let's go back into sneak mode in case we come across more drakes or something.
The shadow comes to muddy the...
Here we go. Greater sand blight. It's got friends. Let's do... Oh, I can't spell shape this one. Alright, just do that. Alright, lots of blinded, lots of flanked. And let's do another one over there. When these ranged units are blinded, they have to walk forward because their sight range is reduced greatly. So it is damage, it's also a lot of avoiding damage because they come toward us.
See that, Ishi?
Mother!
Excellent, alright.
Sure.
Okay.
It will be so.
Yeah, that was it. Like wounding strike. It's just like a dot until the end of combat. Was the only rogue move I really loved. I had it at the beginning of the game when I was using a deer. I had it on a deer. The AI was to use shoot wounding strike at the highest health targets and then auto attack the lowest health targets.
Not a problem.
You find a rolled-up map inside a satchel. It shows a course plotted from Tikawara, an island to the west. Sparsely furnished tent stinks of spoiled rations. Tent is empty, but for the stack of excavation tools, shovels, spades, and brushes half buried in the sand. Okay, so I'm guessing there was these people, these archaeologists or excavators, whatever they are here. That Titan thing that I killed chased them off and killed one of them. And then I ran into like that after image of their ghost running away from it, and then I killed the Titan. That's what I'm thinking happened. We're gonna see a replay now, see if I'm right. What was that? Was that supposed to play something there? Did we have a little bug?
Already on it.
The weathered stone well seems fairly old, though you see fresh signs of excavation in the sand around it. A rope dangles over the side, trailing down into the darkness. Toss down a pebble. There's a splash. Pull up the rope, send someone down the rope. Alright, leave. My party's not close enough to actually work with me on this. Alright. Okay, send someone down the rope. Send Muckluck. It's not long before the dark surface of the water becomes visible below. The end of the rope dangles just above the water. You spot a patch of burlap amongst the muck and stone. An old sack appears to have been lost or hidden in a crack in the wall. Unfortunately, the sack is out of arm's reach and the material looks worn thin. It might be possible to swing over and grab the sack, but any blunder is likely to snag it on the stone. Athletics! We sent the perfect person. You kick your legs back and forth. Your smooth, deft motions bring you closer and closer to the wall until the sack is finally within reach. Grab it. As the sack comes free, it snags on the stone and rips open. Glittering gems spill from the tear as the rope swings in a smooth, steady arc. A quick grab could save the falling gems, but the sack still feels heavy with treasure. It's a dex check, which he doesn't have a lot of dex. Let's just leave it the sack. You tighten your grip on the rope and haul yourself back up with the cool desert knife. You gain 3 aquamarine and an emerald. Okay. Alright, buddy. Set you here. Let's see if you stay there for more than 1.5 seconds. Can I help you? Okay. Just stay off the keyboard and we're cool. Just stay off the keyboard and we're cool. Alright, so I'm going to tap that quick save button. Let's look at the temple. The patina over the entrance tells of age and long exposure. In spite of its degradation, the copper door is as heavy and densely forged as a vault. Gravity holds the slab firmly against the stone. Examine the door closely. Old markings in the shape of fingers suggest the Nguithan Titans once possessed the strength to raise the door. It's difficult to tell from here if anything else once controlled the door's opening or closing. Continue. You find a hole in the surrounding stone which bears the same spiral shell pattern as the key you acquired on Tikawara. You also take note of scour marks at the base of the door, likely evidence of a pry bar used to wedge it open. The damage to the stone looks recent. If anyone made it inside, the door has long since closed behind them. Use the copper Mizuma shell key. After you dust away some of the sand blocking the hole, the Mizuma shell fits perfectly. You turn the shell to the right, the resistance it encounters quickly gives way to the sound of gears turning behind the stone. The door slowly rises. The opening discharges a breeze of stale air and something else, a feeling which emanates from the yawning darkness that makes your every hair stand on end. Alright, and we are now inside Nguithan Way Station, level 1. Alright, I am going to save the game there, and we're going to pause there for the night. So, in closing, as always, thank you everyone for joining me. It is a genuine pleasure to have you here. It's what makes this great. If you are new here, I stream every single night from at least 9 to midnight Eastern Standard Time. And if you hit that follow button, it makes it easier for you to tell whether or not I'm online if you want to join us again in the future. At the end of every stream, I always raid somebody else. So if you are willing, please stick around just a few more seconds and we'll find someone else to bomb into their channel. If you don't like what you see there, you do not have to stay. This is just to put a big smile on somebody's face and light up their night, that's all. Looks like there's one other person who I've never met that is currently streaming Pillars 2, so I am going to raid them. So, in closing, I hope y'all have a good night. I hope to see you tomorrow, and the raid will begin within like 10 seconds after the stream ends. Peace.